Let them know, Big MB. We give them the nicknames that work on the podcast. We let them know.
Back in the day, J Kid was the man, boy. Put the team on his back like a jam sport. D-Lo with the dribble drive hand on, pick and roll, full contact. This is a man sport. County of Kings, really the Kingsborough. You know Crown Heights, so you know that sound right. Brooklyn Bridges, Z-Dub defenders. The Brooklyn Block Party claps and double digits. Got the Barclays clicking, the whole block is with it. Left a lot on the table, now we coming to get it. The shook one's gone, we too Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N, 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 B-R-O-O-K. We well, okay, we well, okay, we well, okay, we well, B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
That hit, Cam Thomas.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting the score next. My J is all net, me and Jay with your all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. Can we go hard on Brooklyn? That's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Miss you, watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too, and when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that whole Millie rock like a fan do. That's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N, B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N, B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
When you establish a culture, that
Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. It's all the way lit. The Pacers is the real deal. I'm getting my shit off. Yo, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Throw some ones in the chat if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Throw some ones in the chat if y'all can hear me. Yo, I'm talking my shit, man, before I throw that link in the chat. Throw some ones in the chat if y'all can hear me, man. Okay, cool. Yo, listen. Did you see tonight's game? The Pacers are 8-1 in clutch games. They 8-1 in clutch games. Shout out to the apartment gamers and more in the chat. Off the porch sports so greasy. Brooklyn go crazy in the chat. Quest 1 in the chat. Ray LM in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Dan you bury sports highlights in the chat. Did you look? See, yo, I told you, bro. That's why I told him. That's why I said debate me. You know what I'm saying? Debate me. Word. Let debate me. Facts. You want to yell? Want to talk the loudest? want to talk the most, and you wrong. Everybody looking for you, and you wrong. This is one of the shit that I'll be saying. Debate me. I don't want to hear that shit. Just because you talk the loud and talk the most don't mean you right. Somebody go find Leaf and tell him what I said. What? You see Siakam get the block on SGA? Then Siakam come down and catch the air ball and put the ball back up to score one of the last baskets of the game? Nah. Y'all gonna put some respect on Siakam. We're gonna go to the play-by-play. We're gonna go to the fourth quarter. We're gonna go all the way to the end of the game. And now let's look at what happened. It's 109-110. Siakam makes 2-point shot with 48 seconds left. Look, Siakam, offensive rebound. But before that, Siakam blocks Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 3-foot driving go layup to the rim, to the basket. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Pascal Siakam is the most underrated. Everybody talk about underrated. Pascal Siakam is underrated. I heard Chill, I think, talking about how he would have a hard time making him top 20 player in the league. Huh? Tell Chill for Player's Choice we gotta sit down and have a conversation. What we gotta discuss this. A block with 1:07 left. Then he gets the rebound from a miss from a 3-pointer. He gets the rebound, offensive rebound, and then he makes the 2-point shot, which makes the game what? It went from 107 to 110 to 109, 110. That's what he did. That's what Siakam did. Jalen Williams misses 2-point shot. Done the offensive rebound, paces timeout. Challenged it. They get the ball. 14-footer mixed by Shai. Good defense on Shai. I remember that play. And whoever was guarding Shai, that was good defense on him. And then what? Tyrese Haliburton make a 21-foot jumper. A midi. The midi changing the game. The midi is keeping the NBA alive. A game winner in the finals come from a midi. Not a layup or a 3-pointer, but a midi. I've been telling y'all this early. I've been talking to basketball wisdom, and y'all scoff at my basketball knowledge. It's unfair. The mid-range. Part of the reason why I like Cam Thomas so much as a player is because of the mid-range. We're not going to make this part of the show about Cam Thomas, but the point is that players that win games use the mid-range. Boss. Players that win games use the mid-range. Jordan used the mid-range. Haliburton just used the mid-range. Kawhi Leonard used the mid-range. I'm talking about game winners and playoffs and big moments. Kawhi Leonard versus the 76ers, that was a mid-range. Mid-ranger. Stop playing with my handle like I respect my handle. With the Haliante, with the Haliburton. Haliburton is a superstar. Haliburton is a superstar. Quest one. Make your next comment on why Haliburton is superstar, and I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, but I wanna talk about this first before everybody wanna, you know what I'm saying, talk over one mic and act like they don't know how to talk over one mic. That's why sometimes you gotta go ISO, man. You know what I'm saying? This when I go ISO, man, in the beginning of the show, man. Yeah, I don't know how to talk over, how to give each other space enough to finish their soliloquies, man. He said, He said, with the Hallie, shout to Barry, with the Haliburton, with the Heliante, with the Halle Berry. Yo, man, are you serious? Reholler 88. 3 things are sure in life. Birth, death, and breezy talking shit to Cam Thomas haters. LA, laugh my ass off. Facts. Gotta do that, man. It makes sense. It only makes sense. It's only right. Yo, man, I'm telling you, man. This is like, yeah, obviously I could go. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. We could talk about the game from the first to the fourth quarter. But I just wanted to get to the nitty gritty to show you what I've seen in the, you know what I'm saying, the last part of the game, because it's a clutch game. Carlisle is smart. Rick Carlisle is the underrated coach. Siakam is an underrated star, and now act like people want to act like they've been respecting Rick Carlisle. They ain't been respecting him. They ain't been giving him the acknowledgement and praise that he deserved, being what he is as far as his tenure as a head coach. They sent him to a rebuilding situation. Rick Carlisle was a rebuilding coach. He rebuilt that team to go to the finals, and they up 1-0 on the road versus a very dominant Western Conference team for the most part of the season, with all the more teams that they competed with. This Indiana Pacers team is nothing shy of special. This Indiana Pacers team has shown me through adversity that don't give up. Don't give up. I want y'all to look at that, because some of y'all might still be in disbelief. Some of y'all might still be in disbelief. My point is this. This is what this says to me in the beginning of the game. 2025, it says that OKC pretty much used what they did all season to keep Indiana to 20 points in the first quarter and 25 points in the second quarter. They were able to pretty much just not do nothing different from what they did early for the most part of the season. Like, beat them the way they beat everybody else. You know, they didn't crack 30, but they got close to it. And that was mainly because of SGA. He was going off. But my point is that that's not the story of the second half. I think the job for Indiana on the road was to keep it close more than it was to come out and dominate the OKC Thunder. Their job was to do exactly what they did. And as you can see, they cracked 30 twice in the second half, 31 and 35. I think it's very interesting to see a Haliburton be cold for the most part of the game. Seeing the color commentators giving a lot of criticism to Siakam and Haliburton for their play. It's kind of praising SGA. Even me looking at SGA like, wow, he got all the 30-some points with only less than 10 free throws. That's impressive. Looking at him like he looked like he's dominating Haliburton, but I can't even utter these words as in it's a reality because it's a facade. Saying that SGA is better than Haliburton at this point is a matter of opinion. It's what tickles your fancy, pause. I mean, this is what's happening right now. This is what's happening right now. Reholler 88, a moderator on this page. He said he figured out the Heatles. He could figure out this Thunder team. Bet on it. I just might. Reholler 88 said Rick Carlisle's the reason Brono got fired. Talking to him, man. Talking to him, man. But shout to Easy in the chat. I'm definitely about to throw the link in the chat now. Easy in the building. But I'm just talking basketball. I'm not trying to argue with you guys. I want you guys to understand that. I want y'all to pull up, get your soliloquy off, and you know what I'm saying, be able to, say what you need to say without being interrupted. That's kind of what my platform is representing. That's what I wanted to represent. Feel what I mean? You could come here and you know what I'm saying, you could see how you say how you feel and not be interrupted. But we gotta have some rules of engagement, some podcast etiquette. I laughed when I said it the other day, but it can be very annoying trying to hold up, hold it down. Listen. Sometimes I just need you guys to let me run point. When y'all stop me from running point, it becomes very frustrating. You know what I'm saying? I said all that to say that before I throw the link in the chat, I ask you to abide by Big Fan Breezy, not necessarily rules, but on how things are done for us a smooth audio. I want to hear everyone clearly because I like to be the maestro in the situation. I might add something to it and then say, all right, well, let these two ones talk about it. And, just case in point, let me run the point guard position. I know all of the fans' positions, pause, when they pull up. I know, what I'm saying, who like to do what. And again, everybody deserves a soliloquy without being cut off, but sometimes you do at me because I'm the, what I'm saying, running point guard. I do gotta, what I mean, nudge the, what I'm saying, the fan and tell him to, what I mean, pass the ball. But shout to the whole everybody watching. Nets fans is the best fans, but shout to the Pacers fans. They got to be hyped right now. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about Ron from Player's Choice. I know he hype right now. Like he probably doing playback or something. I'm gonna tune into him tomorrow on a panel, see what's going on. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Easy. Shout out to ADRSL, A-Tracks, D-Win. Chat, hit that like button. Shout out to Brooklyn Ray LM, Ada JP Liberty, Lecky T once again, Reholla 88. Scott, Barry, Quest One again, Brooklyn Go Crazy. You know what I'm saying? We out here, man. Happy birthday to me again. Yeah, I'm about to throw the link in the chat. I think I said everything I needed to say. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta say it again. What the Haliburton? What the Hallie? What yo? This dude is a star, bro. Y'all could fight over whether he is star, all-star, superstar. Matter of fact, I'm gonna further this conversation before I start arguing with you guys real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see something. What is the difference between a super? What is a superstar exactly in the NBA? Without me Googling it, let me see. Let me see what it says. A superstar in the NBA is a high-profile and extremely successful performer or athlete. To be a superstar, you must be extremely successful. Throughout the 75 years of National Basketball Association, there have been a handful of players that can be defined as a superstar. A handful, that's not a lot. In your hand, you got 5. You got 2 hands, so that's 10. A superstar player is someone with a desire to be great who will step over anyone or kill for a win or for titles and want their legacy defined by what they did on the court and the amount of titles they have won. He's not a superstar yet by that definition of an NBA superstar. He's not a superstar yet, but he's on his way. He's an all-star, something. Yes, Claude. Happy. Thank you, Lucky T. Oh, please stop with the paparazzi. Easy, please refrain from the paparazzi conversations. I am the point guard. I have to navigate. That's what I do. I can't. You know what I mean? That's what I do. Y'all gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I might change the conversation if I think that y'all speaking on one part of the conversation for too long. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? And it'd be a lot of people on this panel. I can't cater to one or two, for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pass the ball. And it's not necessarily up to other fans to pass the ball. And yeah, easy. Sometimes I do take the ball and run ISO. I gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? It's what I do. I'm Big Fan Breezy. It's the Big Fan Breezy podcast. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, that's what it is. You know what I mean? If you know what I'm saying? If you want me to pass you the ball more, you know what I'm saying? Say that. Say that. But I'm running point. You know what I mean? You're two. You running. You like a two guard. You know what I'm saying? You kind of run point sometimes, but more like a two guard. You know what I mean? Word. JP Liberty said, "Get Hallie a ring, and then we talk superstar." Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So he's not a superstar, no, but he's doing all of the. He said you'll look overly filled, but nah, him too. Him too. I don't want to be yelling with Leaf, arguing with Leaf over something unnecessary. Make your point. You disagree with something I said, speak on what that is. I don't need you with these long soliloquies about how you don't like this or that. I'm not here to be appeasing what you like. If you got something to debate that shit. And don't tell me you don't want to debate if you're going to disagree with all my basketball takes. That's a fact. So I'm not taking no shit from Leaf or anybody when it comes down to this panel. I have to do this, or y'all would just, it'd be chaos. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen. Y'all gotta respect the one mics. You gotta respect the hold it down. Y'all gotta respect when it's time to pass the ball. That's the three things that'll make the show successful. Gotta respect the one mics, the hold it downs, and when to pass the ball. You gotta respect me as the point guard, host, or whatever you want to call it, so that way I can moderate the situation. That's how it gotta play out. You know what I'm saying? And part of the reason why I call ISOs, you know what I mean? Just for clarity. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, Lucky T. They don't got Fox. You feel what I'm saying? Man, Haliburton is an amazing player. And he wasn't even a top 5 pick. It was a lottery pick. That's just what I'm saying. Maybe just getting a point guard in the lottery is good, man. You don't have to be a top 5 pick. It's about to be lit, man. It's about to be super lit. Yeah, but and I'll wait to have a conversation with after I throw the link in the chat about being in the championship team. I said it Nore. I meant to put more. Hold on, let me just change that. Word, but what up with y'all, man? It was hot today, man. How y'all doing? Alright. Yeah, I fixed it. There you go. Alright, so save changes. Alright, why it's still there? Let me do this. Alright, cool. Alright, man. Nets fans is the best fans. You know what it is. Yeah, man. Pacers up 1-0. Like I said, this is going 6 or 7. I'm not here trying to heal. You know what I'm saying? Just respect my handle, man. That's all y'all gotta do, man. And we can move forward amicably. Yeah, y'all don't come up here talking that Cam Thomas shit. Y'all know I'm gonna push back. Don't come up here acting like y'all don't respect my basketball takes. Y'all know I'm gonna kick up dust. Y'all know how I give it up. Y'all know what's up with me, man. So stop playing with my handle. Shout out to Brooklyn LM on the panel. What's good, Brooklyn LM?
It's good, man. What's good, everybody?
Bruh, talk to me, bro. Talk to me about what you seen tonight out of Haliburton, bro. I mean, just the paces and them winning this game, man. Let's get to it, man. Just talk to me.
Well, first off, whoever said this finals was gonna be boring was smoking
Lie.
crack.
Right.
I don't know what y'all was talking about. Y'all
Talking
lied
that
about
small
that.
market team bullshit.
Like this, and a lot of people were saying that these finals is going to be very close. At least for me, I thought they matched each other pretty well. For Halliburton, man. Being clutch in four rounds is ridiculous, bro. Milwaukee, Cleveland, New York, and now OKC. Like, If he wins a ring, this run is going to be in some conversations moving forward. But how how he can just rise up to the occasion when he needs to. He only had 14 points tonight. Like it ain't like he had 30, but he
Right.
had 14 tonight and rose to the occasion when he had to. And that's what you want out of your point guard. That's what you want out of your franchise player. You know what I'm saying? Take us home.
Facts.
Um,
So
Nemhard hit the crazy three over Shea. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? They needed that to bring it to 3. So shout out to Nemhard for that. But this Pacers team just don't give up. No lead is safe with this team. If y'all, I have time. I was saying, uh, yeah, this game is not over. They're going to OKC got to put on the brakes, and they played at their pace. Indiana played at their pace, and just as I thought they would, they caught up little by little, and they got game 1. Even if they lose the rest of the series, getting game 1 was important. Like they had to get that. So here's seeing, but Haliburton, I don't think he a superstar, but he damn sure a star. At this point, he
yeah.
damn sure a star, man.
So how far you see this series? How many games what you see?
I would like it to go to 7. I think that would be 7 to me would be dope. But I would say I'll probably say OK. I'll stick with OKC because I did have OKC originally, so I'll probably say OKC in 6. But
Yeah,
Indiana getting one was definitely Indiana wasn't getting swept. That's all I knew. They definitely wasn't getting swept. So my prediction looked like it might be true. OKC might take game 2, but I see it going 6 though.
so I disagree with you off rep. I got Pacers in 7, and I got
Mm.
Pacers in 6. If OKC win this, it's in 5. They gotta whoop ass from here on out, because there's no way they beating the Pacers twice at on the road. OKC is not doing that, bro. But
Mm.
I ain't gonna be long winded, but bro, this shit is not over, bro. This shit is not over. John, what you seen out there tonight, man?
Hey, ALM. First, I just want to say happy birthday, Breeze. I hope you had a great, relaxing birthday with your fam. Listen, the Indiana Pacers, man, ruthless resiliency. That's the best way to describe this team's motto, because you think about it 4 times, like Ellen said, Tyrese Haliburton's come from the clutch. And I'm going to make this argument with Haliburton. So I had a big debate with Gary about it. Listen, at the end of the day, Haliburton is their superstar of the Pacers, and he's done it 4 times. Hit a game-winning layup against Giannis, and I think it was around game 4 or 5. He took the Cavs' soul in game 2 when he caught his own rebound and hit that sick 3-point shot. And then against the Knicks in game 1, he hit one of the most craziest shots you're probably ever going to see in a game to take it to overtime. And now you fast forward tonight with less than 6, 7, 8 seconds to go, Haliburton dribbling the ball and hits a clutch bucket, man, to win the game for his team. That is what a superstar does. A superstar comes up in those big pressure-induced moments and doesn't crumble under pressure. And I said this on your show. I think OKC, they are great all around, but in pressure-induced situations this season, they have been challenged, and they haven't always stepped up to that challenge. Whereas the Pacers, like Ellen said, 4 times, battle-tested.
Nah,
They
Leaf probably somewhere ducking smoke.
I know Leaf said that we get swept. Well, him and Kendrick Perkins, man, are probably having a conversation about that right now.
Yeah, nah, trust me, the whole chat looking for Leaf, bro. Like I said, man, you want to argue with me, all of this shit. Like, bro, talking about I'm lying to him. I said this could go 6 or 7. Bro, the Indiana Pacers are no joke. They play a 10-man roster, bro. That coach know what he doing. But John, just before we go to Jay, can you just talk about just kind of, put some salt on the wound for the Knicks on how well Obi played, how much of a better player he is on the Pacers than he was on the Knicks?
Hey, listen, Obi Toppin has had his moments in this playoff run. I mean, he got dumped for 2nd-round picks, and he kicked Mikkel's ass, who was traded for 6 picks. I mean, there's no better bragging rights than that for Obi Toppin. And I think Obi's definitely grown a lot in his role. I don't like the guy taking all those 3-point shots, but he has definitely hit a lot of He's definitely hit a lot of timely buckets. You just look at this Pacers team; they have all the weapons you need to be a championship team. Now it's just, can you actually beat OKC 4 times, which I don't think anybody's done this season. So I really think, like Elam said, it'd be hard to see them beat OKC twice at their own home. But, crazy things have happened. And I will say this: this is the most historic, impressive run I think you'll ever see the Indiana Pacers on right now. That could obviously change years down the line, but right now they are on a special run right now. And I would say this to OKC, Presti, I think he's played 4D level chess all this season. But if some way, somehow they do not win, which I still don't think they will lose this. I think it's theirs to lose. But if they somehow do lose this, I go back to the trade deadline, man. You had all these draft picks. You had DeAndre Hunter and Cam Johnson both on the market. You could have easily gotten them, even beat the Cavs off for Hunter. Instead, you want to keep Kendrick Williams and Ousmane Dieng. And it just goes to show you can never leave any stone unturned. Because as soon as you take your foot off the pedal, another team could surprise you and take your bread, man. That's what the Pacers did tonight. I still think it's OKC's to lose, but the Pacers are just playing on a ruthless level right now. They're playing to win right now. I think OKC, for them tonight, it was those finals jitters, because the first time they're in the finals, Indiana Pacers, they don't give a shit about that. They want to win. So now the OKC is the hunted, and Pacers are the hunters right now. So game 2, I'm definitely going to pull up to see how that turns out. But incredible first start to the game.
Facts. Shout out to everything booked in there, Sean. Jay, what you seeing out there tonight, Jay?
Exactly what I said last night. If it's a close game and it's come down to a clutch, it looked like the Pacers going to have it. Also, I said that the points off turnovers is going to be a big thing. And in the first half, they turned them over like 20 times in the first half. But then they was only up by 9 points off them 20 turnovers. I told we was on Ice Live with some OKC fans. I told them that ain't good for y'all. Y'all should be up by a lot, and y'all only up by a little, and they could come back. And that's exactly what happened. Hallie showed up big. How many game winners he got to have till he not underrated no more?
Right. When you text me and say, did you see that? What play was you talking about exactly, Jay?
That last play, that final play where he just dribbled down the court. It looked like he ain't know what he was doing. And he came up with a big shot. It looked like he was confused right there, but he just went off instinct and said, and that shit rattled right in.
Just because we old school, I'm old school for sure. Do you appreciate that was a mid-ranger?
He only needed 2 points. He ain't need 3. I like that logic.
You're right. Yo, listen, and again, he had space, and it was a good shot. It wasn't like he had a hand in his face. I think the mid-ranger, it was dope because it looked like the guy was trying to get ready for Tyrese Haliburton to go past him. So he created that space right there. And it rattled in. That shit was beautiful, man. But I mean, what about Siakam? Overall though, what do you see in this series? Do you see how do you see it? What do you think is gonna happen, man? Jay? Yo, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, Bruce.
I don't know where Jay went. He disappeared.
All right, well, he'll be back. Yo, what up, P?
What's good, bro? Happy Born Day, man.
Yo, thank you, P, man. I appreciate that. Word.
You already know, brother. But that game was crazy, man. That game was wild crazy because, I didn't see that coming, man. The way how that whole first half looked, basically it was all OKC's game, man. I mean, I don't even know how many turnovers they had. Like Jay said, probably about 20 in that first half. And for them to come back in the fashion they came back in is just crazy. And honestly, I'm gonna double down on what Jay said. It's time that they finally start putting some respect on this dude Haliburton's name, because this is now 3 series in a row that the Pacers have been down double digits in the fourth quarter and pulled off a game. They did it against the Cavs. They did it against the Knicks. Now they did it again tonight. And what's the common thread in all 3 of those situations? It's Haliburton coming up with a miraculous shot at the end, man. Ice in his veins. This dude got brass balls. Pause. You know what I'm saying? It's totally understandable. It's totally understandable for this dude to do the Sam Cassell big balls, celebration when he go back down the court because this dude is just different right now, man. And the thing about it too, like Jay said, he looks so unassuming when he's doing it. Like he looks like he don't even really know what's going on or what he's gonna do, and then all of a sudden he just does it again.
Yeah. And so your point, all amazing plays.
Yo,
The
even
plays where he blew past
the one
Giannis.
versus the Knicks, bro. The one versus the Knicks, he
that
ran
play.
into the paint, ran back out. It looked like he didn't know where he was going, but he hit the shot, and it bounced
That
up
was
off the top of the rim.
one of the best
But
shots you
no,
ever
but
see
hold
in a
on.
playoff.
But hold on. To Jay's point earlier, he needed a 3 to win the game, but he got the 2 to take it to overtime. Remember? But he wasn't trying to take it to overtime. He was trying to end the game.
Right.
It was just his foot was on the line when he hit that shot versus the Knicks.
Something Nets fans know a lot about.
Thanks, LM. We really need to hear that one. Thank you.
But hold on. Before we move around the panel, we're gonna go back to Jay because Jay has stepped away. I was trying to ask Jay what you think about the series overall. How many games you think it go? How far it go?
I don't know, but I feel like I like OKC, but the OKC fans has made me root against them, and I root for the underdog. I root for the underdog a lot of the time, so I'm just excited to watch basketball. I don't even care.
Facts, all facts.
I mean, like Shea is shooting, getting 30, but like he 13 for 26. It's just like
that's wild.
I don't know, bro. It's hard basketball to watch. I ain't gonna lie.
I just think it's interesting that the Pacers had enough know-how to, even with Dort playing the way he did, having the 4 steals, or Caruso doing what he did, terrorizing the perimeter. That very last play of the game, they was not guarding him. Like where the hell? What the Halley? Where were they? Because they wasn't guarding Halley. That wasn't them trying to guard. It wasn't Caruso or Dort. I checked. They showed that instant replay like a few times. So I know it wasn't one of those players guarding them. But I don't want to be long-winded because the panel getting bigger and bigger. We're gonna go to P, man. Shout to P. He got a podcast too. It's called His Kitchen Sink. Y'all can subscribe to him there. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of sports content there and a lot of stuff going on. But P, talk to us, man. The Pacers, the underdog. How you feel about the underdog? You know what I'm saying? What you think about it?
I love the underdog as long as they ain't playing the Yankees or the Nets. You know what I'm saying? But I love the underdog, bro. Always love the underdog, bro. And this is what, I was in the living room, so it's crazy. Xfinity ain't come through yet and hook it up. So I'm watching the game on my phone. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like going crazy on the phone. And Sharita ain't even know why I was going crazy for a second. That's why. Like, it was a crazy game, man. Like, I didn't see that coming, man. What was it?
Yeah.
I think it was 2:47 left, and they was down, I think 12 or 13 or something like that.
P, but let me have this. P, let me have this underdog conversation. Hold on, P. Let me have this underdog conversation with you. When the last time it been an underdog like this? Was it the Giants versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl? Like, when was the last time there was an underdog? Who?
I won't go that far because I ain't gonna compare this OKC team to that perfect or almost perfect Patriots team. You know what I'm saying? Like they was damn near perfect all the way to the end. You know what I'm saying? So not only that, but they had the GOAT QB out there. You know, they had Randy Moss out there. They had a squad. So I'm not gonna necessarily say OKC is that. But I mean, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think. Like the last time I could really say this is something comparable. But see, like that's the thing. The Pacers, to me, I don't think they should be the underdog as much because, like, if you look at the lines tonight, I think it was OKC 10 or 10 and a half, minus 10 and a half. That's disrespectful to the opposing team in a finals game that you're gonna have somebody a double-digit dog, bro. Like that's straight disrespect. So I don't know, man. Like I got to think about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to think about that through the pod, and I'm going to give you an answer on that probably a little bit later as far as what's the last, like, upset I seen this crazy with, like,
I had
an underdog comparable.
P, I had to dig in the crates to find this, bro. I went to Google and found out that the 1969 Celtics were the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, and they beat the Lakers, who were the 1st seed in the Western Conference, in 1969. It's the one and only time that it happened, P. And the other 3 times they were the 4th seed went to the finals, but they all lost. I won't mention them right now. But the point is that this is what we talk. This is the conversation that the Pacers are in right now. Not to be long-winded, man. We're gonna go to P and then we're gonna go to So Greasy. But just your own perspective, P. What you seen out there tonight? What was something you think we might have missed, or just anything you want to add to it?
No, I mean, basically, bro, like what I think it all comes down to is like you can't measure, like, you know, on 2K or Madden, whatever game people play, it's this rating and stat rating for all of these things that, you know, are basically tangible. You can't really like put a measure on intangibles. And to me, this Pacers team has some type of different type of intangibles. Like it to them, it's like, yo, we can be down by 10 in the 4th quarter and don't feel any type of way about it. Like most teams, especially in the postseason, because you're more tired than you are, you know, in February or December or whatever. Like you kind of give up and be like, all right, fuck it, they got this game. We'll come back next game and get them. Yo, there's nothing like that in this team. They don't possess that. Like they will fight until the very end.
They're
no matter what the
48
score
minute
is.
team. We're a 48-minute team for sure.
Exactly, man. So that's that's to me what I think I seen the most out of this team tonight. Cause yo, if you would have asked me at halftime, like if we would have chopped it up at halftime and you would have been like, yo, you think the Pacers would have a shot? I'd be like, ain't no way in hell I'm betting my money or your money on that. But what happened? Crazy.
Pacers, man. Bro, and again, I'm not gonna lie, I just feel like, to your point, I feel like Rick Carlisle figured them out in that first half. Like, all right, I see what they doing. You know what I'm saying? I see what they're doing, filling them out. Can you hear me?
Jay, you gotta drop off, Jay. Your mic's a little windy. Gotta drop off.
I thought that was me.
No, it's Jay.
Yeah, he sounded like a robot.
Word. But yeah, so
but
yeah,
nah,
I can
bro,
see
yeah. That's all I was saying, bro. Just they got a different type of grit in them, man.
Is that my audio?
It's like 2 mics are now going wonky.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened.
Yo, Easy.
I don't hear nothing wrong with y'all.
That's Easy. I think that's Easy's mic. It might be Easy.
Easy on mute right now.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe it's mine. I don't know. I don't hear it no more.
Sound like a fish
good.
tank.
He said it sound like a fish tank. You funny as hell. I was going to you next. So Greasy, talk to us, man. Did you watch the game? You seen it?
Yeah, I watched the game, man. More.
What you think?
Happy birthday, though.
Appreciate you, So Greasy. Thank you, man.
But I just think the first half, Indiana came out playing. They was playing too fast. Like they was like a little too anxious, and Thunder was getting the ball, getting a lot of the calls. Like it seemed like every time Indiana went down on their end, they weren't getting no calls. But one thing I noticed about Indiana, if you got a lead on them and you go into that second half and you not up by like 15 or 20, you might be in for a long night because they played so fast, bro, and it seemed like little by little, man, like the 4th quarter, right? They got it back and within 12. My dog took a shit in his cage. I went to go clean it up. Literally, I went to go clean it up for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Before I came back to TV, these niggas was in the game. I'm like, oh yeah, it's over. Once I seen them cut it to like 6, 7, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. I seen him cut it to So Greasy. I seen him cut it to 4. I said, Yeah, it was like, yo, this is almost a one
And
score
oh yeah,
game
one
right
more
now.
thing.
Like,
One thing I want to give. If nobody noticed it, Nimhart. Even though Shea scored them damn points, bro, Neesmith was the defensive player for last series. Nimhart was putting Shea on shackles in that fourth quarter, bro. It was like he was
yo,
not
did you
letting
see his handle? You see his crossover and like one of the last plays of the game? He was cutting somebody up. He stepped back and hit a three. I said, God damn, I
he
ain't
was
no dude
cooking
had a handle
That
like
was
that.
Shea he cooked up.
he was cooking
Oh, you
Shea.
seen that play?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Shea he cooked up.
He cooked Shea.
Wow.
They start
That's
talking. The sports
sheesh.
commentators was like they
It
played
was
on the same
nice.
team in Canada, you know. So he probably
That's what it
knows
is.
he knows how you
Nimhard
play.
was really good in that game six guarding Brunson. I feel like Nimhard defensively is really finding that solid footing that he was trying to find in that series. Like defensively, he's really put it together lately. He's been
But
that good.
I can tell y'all this: if they let them get one more game, like how the Knicks did, pack them up. It's a wrap. It ain't no way you in
Bro,
hell.
if they get
They
game
gotta
two,
win game two, bro.
It's
They
if
it's
they
no
gotta
get
win
way
Yo,
in
game
that
must
two,
hell.
shit.
win.
oh my
Must win
god.
It's no
OKC.
way
The
in
NBA,
hell
Nah, they
if they
gotta
get
win
game
that,
two.
bro.
the NBA officials will lose their minds if the Pacers win. They really
Listen,
will.
But all
if
that
they
small
get
market
game two,
bullshit talk, that
if
shit
they
is
get
annoying
game
to hear
two,
me
it's gonna
too.
be hard to win in Indiana.
Yeah, and again, so Greasy, do you think this is a boring final so far?
Hell yeah!
No.
Listen, man, I said it
Is
last
it
year.
boring or exciting?
I said it last year, right? And everybody gonna say I'm tripping. Haliburton is the best point guard in the league to me. Only to me, the reason
Ooh.
why when you're a player that you don't gotta score and you can win games reminds me of like Jason Kidd and
Okay.
other players that don't need to actually score to win games. But when you need him, he could do that too. In the
He had
fourth
10
quarter,
rebounds. He had 10 rebounds, bro.
come on now,
What does
how many
Yeah.
assists
10
he had?
rebounds?
I think
Six.
Halliburton might be
Only
the real
6.
clutch player of the
How
year, if
many
you ask
assists he
me.
had? How many assists?
He had 6 assists.
All
Yo,
right.
that's not even the impressive. Their whole starting lineup is in double digits, bro.
Right.
What's
Good
the
point,
Their
outcome
whole
LM.
tonight?
starting lineup is in double digits. Like
Yeah.
Three guys with
that's
triple double
impressive as
rebounds is
hell,
impressive.
bro.
Three guys
Yeah.
with double rebounds is very impressive.
And
But
this
Shea
not even the
better
best game
better
you're gonna
not
get
let
out of
them.
Siakam too. Like this ain't
What?
Siakam's best game either, so that's
Why did
scary.
OKC switch that lineup up? They went away from the two big man thing, and I feel like that kind of hurt them a little bit.
Cause Chat was getting bullied out there. He's too fucking
Yeah.
skinny, bro.
And that's going to hurt them
Yeah,
potentially.
Obi Toppin played good
he
too.
had
I
two
was
fouls in the
saying
first
that
quarter.
last night.
Well, like in the
I
first couple
was
minutes of the game, he
yeah,
Shep
had
I
two
only
was
has
fouls.
Shep played bad
and,
this game. He had
and
like
you know what
6
it
points.
is? He don't finish strong. He wasn't finished, and you like the refs is letting it be a physical game. He wasn't finishing strong, so
Right.
Gotta put some muscle on him, man.
yeah. Go ahead. So Greasy though, when you finish, just pass it to Easy.
No, that's all I got to say. I just think the series,
How would you
if
call
they
it though? 6, 7. Where how far you think it
if
go?
they let them get this next one, I'm calling that shit in 5.
Wow.
If you, it's just yo, no, cause Indiana offense is so fast, bro. Not too, even though they can play the Thunder can play fast too, but it's like I don't know, man. If you can't get them fouls, if Shea can't get them fouls, and he don't hit big shots, the rest of that team sometimes, if they can't hit the three, it's a wrap for them, bro. It's not.
Man, OKC got them rollies. They feel like they won a championship already, man.
And
Right.
Jalen Williams got to be able to hit big shots in the clutch moments because he was missing. He missed a few open layups, not open layups, but a few tough shots that could have got them back in the game. And he missed those. So when you could stop Shea and Jalen Williams, it's nobody else on that team really to me that's really good, that good on offense, unless they shooting wide open threes.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
But I say Pacers in 5. I pass it.
Oh, all right. Are you done, so Greasy?
Yeah, I pass it.
Oh, all right, yo, Easy. Talk to us.
cheese. You there? Chopped cheese break.
Easy. Yo, easy.
Yo, he on his chopped cheese break. You gotta relax.
Yo, this nigga Gilbert Arenas is fucking ridiculous, bro. This nigga had like an OKC jersey, and as soon as Haliburton hit the shot, that nigga put on a Haliburton jersey mad quick, bro.
Yo,
Right.
he was saying the Pacers don't even deserve to be in the finals. Like before they won, he was wild.
Yeah, I just hope this shows. I just hope
A
this
lot of
showing the
people
league
was
that the
wilding.
farm
We was
market
up here
is
last night talking about it, and people was wilding. Adar was wilding in the comments. A lot of people wilding.
Definitely Leaf was wilding.
They underestimating the Pacers, man.
Yep. Oh, Leaf's here.
Yeah,
Oh, really? He's
He's waiting for
quiet.
easy.
Nah, it's his go because it's easy go, but you know what I'm saying? Easy some way. But Leaf is next, so
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
OKC in 4.
Haliburton.
I mean, I said the Pacers could win a game, bro. So I mean,
You said in 4.
Nah, you said we're gonna get swept, Leaf. You said they were gonna get swept.
I said they can win. I said they could win a game. If you heard me again, if you go back to the footage, I said they could win a game.
You was pretty adamant about.
No, you said sweep. You said this
I
shit.
said they could win a game.
If
if you go back to the whole video, I
They
said
not
they
making
could
easy
win a
work.
game.
Yo, hold him accountable to this.
Can I speak, please? Thank you,
ahead.
bro.
You were
Like
doing
so.
a lot of speaking last night about a bunch of horse malarkey.
Facts. Facts.
Listen.
I'm a super chat man. You want to? Nah, just kidding.
Look. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, OKC, bro. Like they fumbled. Like they definitely fumbled at the 1 yard line, Ernest Biner style. They needed to play Chet and Holmgren a little bit more down the stretch. Combined, them niggas only played like 30 minutes. I think Chet maybe 30, 35 minutes. Chet only played like 15, less than 20 something minutes. And Hartenstein. He was in foul trouble. You're absolutely right. But and they probably needed to play some more of their bigs even more because they lost the rebound battle a lot to a little. The turnover they did a good job.
They went small and Andrew, what's his name? Neesmith got
Andrew
rebounds. 12 rebounds.
Them hard was everybody on Indiana was on the boards for sure. Indiana, I think they got better athletic wings than with Matherin and Neesmith and them niggas, bro. Like I think they're a little bit more athletic. I think that OKC just got a better defensive guards and wings. That's all that was. Starting Case and Wallace was clearly a mistake, bro. Like I understand they wanted to force turnovers and they did. I don't expect Indiana to survive another game where them niggas turned the ball over damn near almost 30 fucking times.
But they not gonna.
They 8-1 in clutch games, bro. So
they are 8-1. They are 8-1 in clutch. But case in point,
stats even show they successful. Bro.
Yeah, I understand that. Case in point, bro. What they did in the fourth quarter defensively, they made adjustments in the fourth quarter. They sent SGA left instead of letting him lean right because when you let him lean right, he comfortable with that shit and getting a lean and foul. And they sent him left a lot. They took away J Dub's offense, bro. And on the other side of the ball, Miles Turner showed up in the fourth quarter too. So Miles Turner, I think he had a sidestep off the backboard, banker three, and Chet or whatchamacallit couldn't get out there. So Chet, they one of their bigs, some of their bigs gonna have to find themselves in this series, my nigga, because them niggas got outplayed. Obi Toppin getting 17 off the bench, bro. Like when he got flustered a little bit early on with the turnovers, but he came alive with catch and shoot threes, bro. Like I believe that they gonna use him a lot more in this series. I think Thomas Bryant hit a couple of threes in the corner, if not one or two. And they had a couple of more plays.
None of the stuff we want to hear. Like, yo, I underestimated the Pacers.
Right.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Goddamn.
No, that's real shit.
Watching it. You just
they won one fucking game.
Exactly.
Damn. Can I finish?
You said they were getting swept, Lee. You said
I said they could win a game. If y'all niggas go back to the
competition.
Exactly.
Oh my God, bro. If y'all niggas go back to the fucking footage, y'all can hear what the fuck I said, bro. But y'all stop
we remember. We was thinking about
you
it.
don't remember shit because you saying a bunch of bullshit. You don't let me finish.
All right.
Let this nigga
right. Oh my
Damn, tell these
gosh.
niggas to shut the fuck up while I'm talking, bro.
Bro, you
Man.
taking mad long, man. What you tell? Who you
I'm
talking
just
to,
going
bro?
over the fucking game. I'm not taking that long. Damn.
You
Bruh,
going through
All
a
I'm
whole
you act
soliloquy of
like you
shit we
ain't say
saw.
what you said
We
yesterday.
we
You wanna
talking we talking
hold
about
on?
It ain't
aggression.
about what I said, bro. Can I explain the game?
Wow.
We seen the game. Explain what you said last night.
I'm not explaining shit, bro. I said they could win a fucking game, nigga. Did you hear me? Can you
Nah,
go back to the fucking footage,
talk,
nigga?
Tell you
talk
this
about
is
Flip
when
a
talk
fucking
about when they
coin,
win
bro.
the
Y'all
next
niggas was
game.
annoying.
Talk about when they win the next
Oh
Couch
game.
on
my
the
Then
god.
what?
couch. I told you.
When Indiana get their ass beat, bro, then niggas gonna be complaining how boring the
Yeah,
fucking
all right.
finals is. Get the fuck out my
No,
face, bro.
no,
Nah,
that's a
nah,
lie. It's
fam.
not true. Hold on, let's just do a check. Chat. Was this a boring
It wasn't a
finals
boring
game one?
game.
Hold on. Time out. I'm asking not just you. It's 20 people watching. Because it's more than just our opinion that matters. I'm asking because it's going to be about the numbers who matter, not necessarily the specific person who's saying it. Chat. Do y'all think that this is an exciting finals so far, or no? What do y'all think? Me, I'm saying yes. Throw some ones in the chat if this is a great finals so far. Throw some twos in the chat if this is some boring finals right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is the ongoing debate was it being small market teams and it not being interesting because of it. And I'm saying I disagree with that. Haliburton got a lot of fans. He was in the Olympics. He was on Netflix. This is just building the popularity to the Pacers. And again, the NBA is doing a great job with these small market teams. These are two teams that don't have an NBA championship competing for one. The NBA is doing great by the fans. The fans
That's what I
won
was.
tonight.
That's what I
The
wanted to
fans
ask
won
you
tonight,
earlier.
bro.
Did you see what Adam Silver said? Because he was trying to come back at that right there. Because he was like, "Yeah, if this was the NFL and it was the Packers versus Steelers,
Yeah, I
everybody
seen
would
that.
be in love with it."
Oh man.
Yeah,
He
I
really doesn't
seen
know
that.
what he's talking about.
Yeah,
He really
no.
doesn't.
But
He
more
really
importantly,
fucking don't.
more importantly to my point, that these are two teams that don't have an NBA championship, and yes, it's refreshing to see. I mean, otherwise, why expand the league? Why have fans buy into a team y'all trying to put in Las Vegas when expansion teams don't win? The reason why they can entertain that is because Miami was the expansion team, they won. Toronto was the expansion team, they won. They got OKC in there and the Pacers in there. Both of them are kind of sort of expansion teams, if you will. And not only that, there's more. I said Miami. I think I'm missing one example of an expansion team coming in the league and winning. So I'm saying that to say, yes, you want these teams to be competitive. Why else add them to the league? If they're just going to come to the league and not make it better by being competitive, then don't even add another team to the league. This opens the door for that conversation. And remember, to my knowledge, Rick Carlisle built this team from the ground up. He ain't get this team and it just had a bunch of stars on it already. He put in a lot of work building this roster. Correct? Or is this true?
It's a great mix that they've combined together, Breeze. It really
Like,
is. Trading, drafting, everything you
it's not
need to
like
get
he
to the
had
position.
Dirk's when did he have Dirk when he got there? Metaphorically, he didn't have Dirk when he
So
got to
you
the
trying to give
Pacers.
a coach for
Metaphorically, right?
He
sake of
did get
being
Dirk when
praised?
he got Dirk. He ain't become the Dallas head coach till like after 2006, 2007. Bro, like
Right.
he had so like that
No,
was Avery.
I'm saying when he got to the Pacers, like he didn't have a dominant player like that to build around. He had Miles Turner, so I mean, if
Yeah,
y'all want
Miles
to
Turner,
say
but they
Miles
when
Turner,
they traded for Halliburton, they traded for Neesmith, they traded for TJ McConnell, they traded for a lot of niggas on that team. They only two notable picks is Miles Turner and Ben Matherin. The
Right.
rest of them niggas the rest of them niggas they traded for.
Ben Shepherd.
Right. Oh, Shepard,
yeah,
he
you
was
put
drafted.
but easy, you there?
Yo, what's the word, yo? Yo, I'm hot. My
We
good.
can hear you. We can hear you. You good, Easy. You good, bro. You good.
Yo, what's the
Yeah.
word, yo? Yo, what's the word? Yo, before anything, why y'all trying to fucking get on my nigga Darth Vader, yo? What the fuck going on, son? Y'all gotta chill, son. Hold on,
Bro,
son.
ain't
You gotta
nobody
let Darth
trying to
Vader
get
have his
on him,
Nah,
moment.
man. He
ain't
had
no
a whole
chill.
time.
Ain't no chill. Chill don't pay the bills.
It's just
I hear that.
bantering,
I hear
man.
that.
It's
I
just
hear that, but
bantering.
I hear that, but
Yo,
yo, but
nah,
before anything,
listen,
but
we all
wait,
hold
wait,
each
hold on,
other
hold on, hold on.
accountable. That's all it is.
Before
Right,
anything,
it's
yo,
accountability. I don't want to hear none of that. It wasn't no competition. And then you see Hallie. How many
hold
game
on.
winners he got to hit so
Yo,
y'all
y'all about to
respect my
get right
man?
back into it. Y'all about to get right back into it.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Respect
Let
my man.
it easy go. Let it easy go.
Yo,
Easy
bro,
does
hold
it.
on.
Easy does it. Go ahead,
Real
Easy.
quick, yo, Breeze, yo. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, my nigga. If anything, happy belated, because we hit the 12. So,
Thank
yo,
you. Nah, that's
happy
all
belated,
good.
my
I
nigga. You already know.
appreciate it.
You already know the vibes.
Word.
Yo, shout out to all my niggas up here. You feel me? Shout out to Leaf, yo. Tap in. Shout out to my nigga Jay. He got a show coming up. Tap into everybody, yo. Shout out to everybody. I want to get that off before niggas get into and get crazy over that. Feel me? Shout out to my niggas So Greasy. Shout out to everybody up there. Kitchen Sink. You already know what's going on, my nigga. Shout out to John. Everything. LM. Everybody. You already know what's going on. I had to get that off. You feel me? I want to show love to my niggas. Feel me? Because y'all niggas going crazy over these Indiana Pacers, nigga. I thought this was a net podcast, nigga. Hold on.
Oh, no, we're not mad at that. We just talking.
The Brooklyn Pacers, still a thing.
That's what I'm trying to say. Niggas got to
my
put
energy
respect
for a
on my
second.
man's
Y'all took
eight
my energy for a
Haliburton.
second. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all took my
Haliburton
energy
don't
for a
play for
second.
us.
So what?
They talking
You
like
talking
they
mad
talking
shit
like
about it.
they
You be
talking like
glazing on these
Thomas
other
State about
niggas.
Easy.
I don't understand what they got to do with anything, man.
What you
So
said?
listen, what I'm saying is Easy. On one hand, you say, "Yo, you want to talk hoop, you want to talk basketball," and a lot of times, I get a critique for not knowing anything besides Cam Thomas. So again, I'm venturing out of my comfort zone by speaking about anything but Cam Thomas. So
No,
I
I
would
ain't
thought
saying nothing
someone
wrong with
like
that. I'm just saying
I
niggas had the
thought
passion
someone
just now.
like you
Passion
would
of Christ came out.
appreciate a conversation outside of Cam Thomas. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm not saying y'all not doing nothing. I'm not trying to show nothing. I'm just saying the passion of Christ came out just now for Haliburton. I ain't gonna hold you, my nigga, but it is what it is. I mean, this is a good fight.
The Haliburton?
The Haliburton, my nigga. The nigga got the turban on,
is
fucking
crazy.
going crazy in this motherfucker, my nigga. This shit
Niggas,
crazy.
I'm like, niggas just Haliburton in the chat and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Haliburton is a real thing, Leaf. I'm telling you
I
that
think
right now.
I
It's a
think
real
people
thing.
just like the underdog
Magic.
team.
In the next 4 games, when that nigga turn into Haliburton, then what niggas
Yo,
gonna
you were
say?
saying that last night, and
Nah,
then your
see, you
man,
just be
because
throwing
I
salt
asked you
or what,
last night
bro?
specifically, yo, when they lose tomorrow, what you gonna say? And now you,
But
They
my
won
thing is,
one game, nigga. I said that.
but
Yeah,
what the question
you
is,
didn't
what
think
is
they
the
was winning game
definition of
one. You
a
definitely
what's
didn't
the
think it was game
definition of
one.
a Halliburger? Because the nigga can score. You can clearly see the nigga can score only 14 and still put in work. So I mean, what's the definition of a bad game for Halliburton?
Right, he contributed, bro. He had a double
Making
double.
bad reads and hesitating on some of his decision making.
Turning the
I would say
fucking
that would be
ball over.
No, that's
How
on
many
point.
turnovers?
That's on point,
He had
Easy.
3
That's on
turnovers.
point, Easy. That's on point.
He had 3 turnovers and 6 assists, bro. I'm not jacking that. The Halliburton hate
I
is
mean, if
unnecessary.
we really
It's
want to talk about it,
unnecessary.
they offense is kind of
It's
out.
actually egregious. It's actually egregious to hate on Halliburton, bro. I hope it ain't because he likes
I'm
man.
just saying it's different from like with Shea. You know, the nigga he worked by scoring and he does other stuff, but he mostly like a scoring guy. So a bad game for Shea would be if nigga shooting 10 for 30 or some shit, and you know what I'm saying he don't got 30. To me, I mean, if he doing the other things, yeah, cool, but I mean, Halliburton is not that type of guy where the nigga need to score 30 to win. Like he can have 10 points and 10 assists, and they can win a game.
Well,
So
I
I mean,
mean,
it's like
Well,
different
that's it.
teams and different
Pascal's playing
personnel.
really well.
Well, let me say this. I'll say different teams, different personnel, and different play styles. So different. So there are different dynamics that are going on in the situation. So like, and different roles at the same time too. So like, Halliburton doesn't need to fill the SGA role in particular, and the same thing goes for SGA. He doesn't need to fill the Halliburton role. And at the same time, their teams is different in dynamics. So like, SGA, he has more room for margin of error because his team has a great defense. Defense travels; they could always keep you in the game. Meanwhile, Haliburton, his team could step up in defensive moments, but he could facilitate the ball. But he doesn't necessarily need to have a great scoring game. He needs to have a good facilitating game. But even at the same time, I mean, he's the engine, but he doesn't necessarily have to have the most like A+ facilitating game because everybody could take it off the bounce. So
Nah, I feel you. But what do you think overall? Do you think that this game goes the distance? It goes 7. What do you think happens?
I don't want to put a number on it, bro. I just want to enjoy it for what it is right now. They're doing their thing right now because,
Right.
I mean, like if you looked at the scoreboard at the 8-minute mark, you thought OKC had it, but then if you looked at the scoreboard at the last 2 minutes, you like, nah, Pacers about to battle back like how they always do. So like, I just want to enjoy for what the series is, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah, that
love
makes sense.
one thing I want to get off though. One thing I do want to get off though. So like for this Pacers team, right? And I think certain things go into certain situations. So because niggas will look at OKC, yo, you had a big lead at the end. How you let that shit dwindle? And that's true. That's all facts. But I would say this: for different teams, different leads mean different things in different times of the game. So Pacers could look and say like, yo, we down by 12 and we got like what 5 minutes left. We good because we could run up and get like 3 possessions quick, fast. We could hit them. We know what to run to. We just got to hope to hit the shot. That's exactly what happened. We know what to run to. We know what mismatch we need to go to. Miles Turner, and then after a while, niggas catch an offensive rhythm. And now you got what is it? Neesmith fucking taking niggas off the dribble and putting up a fucking crazy ass three rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say different leads mean different things to different teams. So like a 12-point lead in the last 3 minutes, some teams might give it up like, all right, we can't come back. Other teams like, nah, we right there, my nigga. We gonna catch this shit up. And Haliburton came through. Haliburton came through and did his fucking thing, man. Came through and did his thing. Shout out to the dog.
Yeah, man. Listen, I like how this state Siakam and Haliburton selfless. One night it could be Siakam, one night it could be Haliburton. They really teammates. So I got nothing really bad to say about OKC, but the Pacers they play better in the fourth quarter, man. They might. I know who got the clutch player of the year.
Bumson.
The
Brunson.
flopper.
Yeah, but the Pacers are the clutch team of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Ooh,
he might be the clutch player of the year, but they're the clutch team of the year, bro. Like, serious. We
Albert
got
might be top of the year, man.
uh we got Dylan on the panel too, man. You watch the game or you just want to talk some draft talk?
Nah, I watched the game. It was actually entertaining. I put out a tweet earlier. I was saying, the NBA should be happy that this shit happened. They've been talking
Facts.
about small market teams not being able to bring in ratings, and they just put on a great game one. So I think this is great for basketball. Hopefully, they stop fucking around and rigging the lottery for mid-level teams. But other than that, yeah, still fuck you, Adam Silver. But yeah, no, it was a great game. Haliburton, he did his usual, look clueless and lost in the first half, and just find his spots whenever he wanted in the second half. SGA's fantastic. I don't care if you hate him or not. He is one of the best players in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
But OKC, like I said a while back, they are not going to be a dynasty if they keep their core three together. I think they need to go all in for a guy like Giannis by moving one of Chet or Jalen Williams. I've said that though for a very long time.
Whoa.
Think about it in the sense that they weren't able to make it with Harden because of
I didn't
financial
think he was about
issues.
to come with
They're
that
about
hot
to be
shit.
in the same.
Yeah,
They're about to
word.
be in
Say
the
that
same.
again. I think
I
I
think he
heard
might
what he
need to.
said,
I
but
think
I'm
he
not
might need to
sure that
repeat
he
that
said
take
what he
again,
said.
bro.
I'm
I'm
Chet
not
not
gonna
sure.
lie.
Holmgren,
You might need to repeat
Chet
that take again.
Holmgren, and inefficient playoff Jalen Williams are not going to help SGA become a dynasty. I'll say it again. They need to go after a guy like Giannis.
Who would you let go out of the two of them?
I would probably let go of Chet. I would let go of Chet, Topic, and then one of either Isaiah Joe or Aaron Wiggins, plus a ton of picks.
Shea, Jalen Williams, and Giannis? Damn.
Yeah, because you would have Hartenstein as your center for at least one more year. You would still have Dort. You'd still have Case, and I think that's more than fair. But I've said it too. Even if OKC wins a championship this year, you still, to become a dynasty, you need to continuously improve the roster year after year. Like, look at Golden State. They won a finals, they lost a finals, and then they added Kevin Durant.
But they
You
gonna
know
have
what I
three
mean?
max players on their team though. Because J Dub is eligible for the max. So they
That's
gonna
what
have
I'm
three
saying.
max players.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
Shea is too this summer.
If they extend him and Chet and then give SGA that $65+ million extension, they're not going to be able to do anything. So you got to do it all now. So if they're serious about winning, I think they have the package to get it done for Giannis, whether Milwaukee wants to do it or not.
But Giannis
But
on the max though. So like, can they even have Giannis on that team if they give J
yeah, they're
Dub
not a
that?
second apron team. They don't have
They-
to. OKC's not a second apron team, so they can still aggregate trades. They're gonna be over the second apron once they probably get him, But if you were to give up, like I said, if you gave up Chet, if you extend Chet and trade him like a sign and trade, which I'm not sure if it's possible with extensions or not, I'd have to look more into it. But giving up Chet, maybe even both of Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe, and then Nikola Topic. If you gave up all of that plus picks, I don't see how Milwaukee says no.
If that happens, Brooklyn would have the most assets in the NBA, which that would be a good advantage for the Brooklyn Nets as far as having their picking stars in the future goes. So that could be a huge move.
For sure.
Depends on what you do with them assets this fucking all season, because you could use them just to help other teams, or you can do it.
Hold on to them for dear life.
True.
What did you say?
Said hold on to him for dear life.
Hope so.
The only thing that you should be doing is trading future draft capital to potentially move up. And other than that, you should just be acquiring future draft capital. That's it. No reason to add players with picks this year, unless if you're drafting them.
Get 2 lottery picks, roll the dice.
You never know. Some teams might get too interested. A player might be out there, and they might be like, you know what, that's a good time to get him. So we're thinking we could give up a little bit of our capital just to get that player on our roster and have him under our house. So I can't trust them all the way completely on that side.
I was gonna say, I just sent Breezy a link. I just published my first official mock draft, first round mock with trades. I think I have 8 trades in there. If you guys want to take a look at it, or if Breeze wants to pull it up at some point, feel free. But I'll let you guys read into it on your own.
Yeah, no, definitely. We can definitely get into that. But I mean, I spoke on game 1. Y'all see I went ISO in the beginning of the show. You know what I'm saying? This the part y'all could,
Let me ask you a question though. Let me ask everybody a quick question though about the game. So real quick, right? Do you think the Pacers could play better than what they played today?
Hell yes, 100 million.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah! I don't think they get 20. They don't get 20 turnovers every.
I think this was their worst game, and they still.
I think their second half was great. Can they have gotten better in the first half? Yeah, but the problem is you also have to remember OKC probably just had their worst efficient night out of the entire playoffs.
Right.
That too.
You know, like if Lou Dort would have dropped that 15 in the first half, and somebody like Jalen Williams didn't shoot
14 for 30 is type crazy.
Yeah, I mean it is.
It is. But I mean, it's the finals.
6%, I believe. 48.6%, 48.9. Like that's efficient.
Yeah,
but no, but to the point, I forgot who said it. They got 1, 2, 3, 4 players in double digits. The Pacers got 6 players in double digits.
You also have to think too. The Pacers also have 4 players with 9 or more rebounds.
Yeah,
and
2 of them are guards.
Physicality.
When you get rebounded, you're gonna lose every game.
Like, I'll say that the Pacers try to come out with physicality. They try to make sure they came out with physicality.
But did you see that OKC defense in the first half? I have not seen a defense that's scary in a very long time.
Yeah.
Nah, their defense in the first half was ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but so that's the thing. No, I think they underestimated the Pacers, and I think that's one of the advantages that the Pacers got.
I disagree 1,000%. I disagree 1,000%.
I don't think it is that either. I just think there was no help around SGA.
Nah, fourth quarter they took their foot off the pedal. They were up.
I know we not going to do this narrative shit.
You got the second best player or third best player, 2 for 9, 0 for 1.
Wait, hold on. Listen, let me feel like that. Why do you feel like they underestimated the Pacers?
When in the fourth quarter, the whole nonchalant way they were about missing shots, in my opinion, they were missing shots as if it's not significant because they defense is going to help them win the game, and that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like they holding the lead. Their job was prioritizing holding the lead instead of protecting the lead. You gotta to hold the lead is not to score and to not make them score, but to protect the lead is if they score 4 points, you gotta at least score 2. Like, you can't just let them run it up like that. You know what I'm saying? They scored 10 extra points, and that was the biggest gap out of points for through the whole game from team to team. The second was the first quarter with 9 points with OKC going up big. And you know what I'm saying? For them to be putting that many points up in the fourth quarter, a lot of teams don't do that. A lot of teams score their biggest scoring quarter is one in the first half, whether it be the first or maybe the third quarter. But the fourth quarter, the Pacers, man, I think they dealing with a certain kind of special, and a lot of people ain't gonna respect it till they actually win a championship, bro. If the Pacers beat the Thunder, it would be the second time in history the fourth seed has did it.
Wow.
So
What
a
does the
lot of
seed
people
have to do with this?
Hey,
they
listen,
A lot.
it's
underestimate.
quite impressive. Easy. This is the best. You have to admit this is the best run probably in Pacers history right now. You got to admit that it really is. I don't think anybody
It's being
expected this type of production.
being underestimated, bro. Like when you look at the, and I'll pull up the graphics for you, easy. When they show all of the teams that won an NBA championship, 9 times, I'll say 8 out of 10, 8 or 9 times out of 10, it's the first seed. The second seed is the second highest percentage, and then after that, it's pretty dismal. But the more times than not, the team that wins the NBA championship is the first or second seed. More times than not. I'm gonna pull it up before we move on to Dylan's draft board. We got Dante Reeves. He a fan of the Brooklyn Nets, man. Talk to us, man. You watched tonight's game? Yeah,
Yep.
Dante Reeves. You there?
Well, we gotta let people get situated. I have to get situated. You already know. You know what I'm saying?
Top
I
cheese
think
break.
it wasn't no
Yeah.
chopped cheese break. I'll say that. My shit was not no chopped cheese break. My
Nah,
shit
I
got
just say that
crucified.
whenever you away from the mic, it's a chopped cheese break from now on, bro.
You know what? We gonna run with that. We gonna run with that chopped cheese break. Niggas have to fucking eat real quick and get that shit right in real quick. You feel me? But real quick, let me say this. Let me ask this then. Let me ask
Yeah.
the inverse to that question. Do you see OKC playing better than what they played today?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
I
Stays the
see that.
rules.
I think both teams wasn't playing as good as they could be today. It's just that Indiana
Yes.
took more advantage. In my
They
opinion.
was filling each other out. Pause.
But I'm saying
Right
though, is
though.
OKC not playing? So like, I don't even want to like grade it like that, but like on a percentage, how much do you think OKC was in their full stride? Like a 50%, 70%? Like you think they was at like 70% today? 60?
Three-quarters they were fine. The fourth quarter they just took their foot off the pedal. Like they were doing so great, and then it's just like, damn, you're a young team. You think you have all the time in the world to come back, but the Pacers, you give them an inch, they'll take 10 inches. Like that's literally what they did
Yo, if
tonight.
you
They
think
took
about it,
advantage.
the Pacers did not have a lead in this game until .3 seconds left on the clock in the
Facts,
fourth quarter.
facts, Jay.
Right.
But that's all that matters, though, Jay. That's all that matters.
That's
That's
a
all that matters.
fact. But I'm just saying, like the OKC damn near played good enough to win this game. They had the lead the whole game until .3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, hold on, Jay. You absolutely right. I just wanted to show this graphic to further the point. The first seed champions 52 times, lost in the finals 38 times. The second seed, look at the jump, easy from the first seed to the second seed, 52 to 16, and then from second to third is 16 to 8. And it's only, like I said, only happened one time for the fourth seed. The fifth seed never won it. The sixth seed, the Houston Rockets, that's their championship. The seventh seed has never won it, and the eighth seed has never won it. Now, all seeds went to the finals, but the seventh seed. I guess you just shit out of luck if you're in the seventh seed. But for us, history shows. But the point is that yeah, the seeding matters. You know what I'm saying? You want to, have good a good run in a playoff. You want to have a good regular season. You know
I'm
what I'm
not saying
saying?
the seeding don't matter. I'm saying in this particular situation, us highlight them as a 4 seed, if anything, probably helped their run. So, if anything, like, I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Like, I'm not trying to discredit what you're saying, but in this particular
You keep trying
situation,
to discredit they run though.
Well, Jay, I'm just trying to keep the same energy because when I hear other teams get like some injuries or run along their way to a championship, that shit get highlighted with a fucking high beam, my nigga. You see what I'm saying? But these niggas, they make it, and I'm not trying to discredit them because I love Haliburton, but my nigga, I don't hear nothing about that right there. So
Well, you've been
you highlighted.
calling they run Mickey the last 3 pods, so I just know you don't get.
nah,
You don't,
I gotta keep the energy, Jay. I gotta hype that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't come on board like, oh, I gotta hype that shit. I gotta let that shit know. You know what I'm
because I
saying?
don't think they had a Mickey Mouse run. I think every series they was expected to lose, and they came out on top.
Not
I
the
don't think
Like
it's
Bucks
that
one.
expected
They
to lose to the
deserves.
expected to
Bucks
win the
series.
Bucks one. The Bucks just had Giannis.
Yeah.
They expected to
I
win that
mostly
one.
hear Mickey Mouse run associated with the Lakers though. I don't necessarily hear that in terms of like the other playoff runs.
Let me
But
say this: it's an injury-filled run, and at that point, and this is the same thing I keep on
But
saying
the
about the
playoffs is always injury filled.
no, and that's a fact. And niggas that's playing right now probably got injuries right now. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like when we. This is what I'm saying because I know what's about to happen here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to I'm getting ahead of it. Like niggas is gonna fucking like. So this nigga was underrated. Niggas gonna overrate this nigga to a crazy level. Niggas gonna put this nigga in top 10 conversation now at this point. And I'm like, yo, calm down.
oh, Haliburton?
Haliburton, and then like at the other end,
He a top 10 point guard.
I'll give him
He's better
point
than
guard. I'll
Jalen
give him
Brunson.
point guard, but niggas gonna put him as player. But hear what I'm saying though. Even on the other end, on the reverse, my nigga, like yo, SGA win. Yo, he the greatest OKC Thunder of all time. His fucking run should be an all time. I'm like, wait, hold on, bro. Like, what the fuck he even go through nobody, my nigga? What the fuck are you really doing? He just wanted the only person I'm gonna really give you is Jokic, my nigga. And we watched the fucking series. I ain't no fucking nigga that's watching fucking Basketball Reference. I watched the series, my nigga. Like, fuck going on? Like, I want to get I want to get ahead of the bullshit, bro. That's all. I just want to get ahead of the bullshit, my nigga. But shout out to the dog though. Shout out to the dog. He making a crazy run. He making a crazy run, my nigga. This shit. Yo, if he could pull this shit off, I'll just talk to one of my other men. Yo, if he could pull this shit off right here, my nigga, like, yo, the conversation, this right here is going to be this going to be one of the craziest narrative shifts ever in NBA history. Underrated player got traded to a small market team, and he fucking take them to the chip and win that shit, and especially over one of the greatest defenses of all time, nigga. Niggas is already putting this team in all-time greatest
I
teams.
mean, I don't even do we even with the first round because the Mickey Mouse run.
Yeah, they're up there.
The Mickey Mouse run is funny, but like, do we really even with Dame playing? Do niggas really think Milwaukee would have advanced? Because game 2 they got spanked. So I mean, it's like, and Dame was playing.
Yeah, Milwaukee.
Dame was getting cooked, but maybe he was still injured, but he was getting cooked though.
I think I would have gave that. See, me personally, I would have gave that series a 7-game series if both Dame and Giannis was there healthy. I would have gave that 7-game series.
They didn't have a good depth though. The Bucks, easy. If you look at their depth to the Pacers, it just wasn't equal there at all. It was really Giannis.
But with Giannis alone, they was in the game. But then when Dame came back, I know he was hobbled, but like they were still somewhat in the game. So
man, Rick Carlisle is a good coach, man.
No, he a great coach. But hear what I'm saying, because that series even happened the last year before that. Dame by himself was even in the game, in contention with the team in the game. So I'm saying if you get both of these niggas healthy on the team, now different iteration of the team, but both them niggas healthy, I feel like they in that series, they have a hard time. The Pacers got a hard time getting up that series in a sweep. That might go 7, bro.
That Kuzma move was horrible. He dropped 0 points in game 1, I think.
I'm looking at game 4. You could tell because I mean the nigga might definitely have been injured because in game 3, Damian Lillard shot 2 for 12, 1 for 8. Only had 7 points. You know what I'm saying? So Giannis had 37, but they won that game. So I mean, it is Milwaukee won, but Giannis had to put up 37 for that. So it definitely probably was injury. I don't think Dame wasn't himself, but nigga wasn't really contributing much either. So
but let's remember the season though. Let's remember the season. The nigga rushed back into the playoffs after a confirmed report of him having blood clots. This nigga had blood clots. This nigga just rushed back to the court, my nigga. So we don't even know what the fuck going on with him. We don't even know how he feel. Then he
True.
pop his fucking calf and pop his Achilles.
They should have shut him down. I think that was negligence on NBA and the Bucks officials. They should have shut him down, man. Blood clots, come on. That's not something you just rush back from.
Yeah,
Should have took the Wimby approach, man.
Seriously. And Dame is 35 years old. Coming back from an Achilles injury when you're mid-30s, it's not – I don't think that's possible by a lot of players, especially one of Dame's physicality stature. Like, that's going to be tough. It really is.
I don't know, man. I think Giannis is out of there.
He is.
I'm not.
If you give me Kyle Kuzma and toilet paper, I'm out. I'm requesting that trade.
Yeah, Dame probably gonna be out for most of the season. What moves can you really get in free agency to add to this team? I don't know.
Let me say this real quick. Real quick. I think there's a hidden factor of being the underdog, you know what I'm saying? Or being down, you know what I'm saying? The underdog and down. I feel like you have more freedom to throw the kitchen, to throw the whole kitchen at the wall at that point. Because how they play all the time when they down, that shit is free flowing. Like, they got no fucking care in the world. Like, if it don't go in, cool, we gonna get it right back. At the last minutes, more times than not, teams tense up and not all the decisions are like quick, fast, or split second. And that shit matters a whole lot when we get down here. If you hesitate, nigga, I'm gonna fucking get that rock. These niggas playing free flow, and nigga, like I said, bro, well, this shit might come up fucking, what is it? I think Nemhard or Neesmith fucking took the nigga off the dribble. 3-point. What the fuck, nigga? We in the last minutes of the game, my nigga. We was moving the rock. Nigga took the nigga off the dribble, step back on the nigga 3, and you made it? Oh, we here, my nigga. Yeah, we rolling, nigga. Yeah, let's do this, nigga. We winning this game, nigga. We winning this game, nigga. If I'm a nigga on the court or even on the bench, and I see that type of shit right there, oh yeah, we rolling, nigga. Fuck the time, nigga. Fuck the time, nigga. We winning, nigga. Do your thing.
Haliburton is tough, bro. Just watching that show over and over, bro. He tough, bro.
It didn't even look like he knew what to like. He was like, "Should I take this midi?" Like, I don't even know, but I'm gonna shoot it though.
He tough.
He's made some of the craziest baskets.
I'll say this though. Haliburton, when they get close, when the game get close, for some reason this little fucking pull up fucking jumper he got wind up in the first like 2 quarters and shit. That shit become automatic in the 4th quarter. That shit come out quick now. He like, oh shit, this nigga shooting quick, nigga. Fuck. He used to wind that bitch up. Now that shit.
I think the mid range, his jump shot is more faster. It's the 3-point shot that like that nigga looked like he just throwing it up.
That was a long ass 2 though, Alan. That was a long ass 2. He took one ass step inside that 3. I ain't gonna lie. I caught that nigga. I think it was Casey caught that nigga off guard, but that was a long ass 2, boy. He shot that shit quick as shit, boy.
I mean, if it go in, it go in. Feel me? Like no matter how it looks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got the scoop layup. He got the floater. He got the 3-pointer, and it goes in, bro. He's not like a inefficient shooter. You know, I think he's fairly smart about basketball shot, like, you know what I mean. His shot selections are smart. You know, and nothing's ridiculous. He's not like, not to say it like that, Dame Lillard, who's, you know what I mean, taking 3 half fucking court 3-pointers. So yeah, man, I got big respect for what he do. But this is Dylan's draft.
Real quick before we move on, shout out to Obi, shout out to Ovi, exploding for 5 threes. You ain't making it. You ain't winning that. You ain't making that comeback.
Shout out to the Brooklyn native, man. You already know.
Shout out to Obi, my nigga. Yo, that nigga
shout out to the Brooklyn native.
Who would have thought Obi would be the most successful Knick?
That shit is crazy, my nigga. That shit is wild crazy, my nigga. On a different team, my nigga. Knicks. Look at this shit. But
nice.
Yo, shout out to fucking Obi, my nigga. This nigga had a bad and 1 foul, and after that, he made up for that shit. Shout out to that nigga, dog.
8th pick, by the way.
Oh, yo, LM, you ain't just hitting these niggas tonight, man, on these zingers.
He was an 8th pick. Just saying.
Imagine draft Noah Senge, that'd be wild.
Good point, LM.
LM with the basketball, W basketball talk. Facts.
I'm just saying, it's players everywhere. Like, I know, like, even in the lottery, I mean, I'm still tight. We didn't get a top 3 pick, but I mean, there's talent everywhere. You just gotta hope that the scouting team knows what the fuck they doing and make the right selection. You know what I'm saying? So there's some good guys we can get at 8. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's just
Is
I
Dylan here
don't want us
still?
to make the right selection. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Yo, Ice, you
Let's
still
get into
alive?
this mock draft. Cause I want to
Yeah.
know if you. I want to know because you said you did trades in this. I want to know if you got 2 specific trades I got in my mind. I want to know
Yeah,
if you got
I did 8 trades total throughout the first round.
I want
All right,
to
let
know.
him cut. Talk to us. What's the word? How you want to play this?
If you guys just want to scroll through it, I don't know if you want me to just do the picks that I did trades for, or if you want to do the whole thing. If you want to just do the Nets picks, it's totally up to you guys.
I mean, we here for it. What about the trades with the Brooklyn Nets? It's a good look for the Brooklyn Nets.
Gotta scroll through and find them, man.
All right, so where do I look through the notes?
The link should have brought you to the post itself. Maybe, I don't know. I've never seen what you're looking at right now.
It's not you?
No, this is. It's a weird cover for what it usually is. Usually, it just takes you right to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with that, Eric. I'm gonna disagree with that right there. My
Maybe
fault,
it's
y'all.
I don't know. Can you scroll down a bit? Is there something that you can scroll down and look at more?
this. I think I found it. This one you talking about?
Whatever you're looking at, I don't think we can see because you have it.
Oh,
the
my bad,
screen
my bad.
shared with-
Yeah.
Yo, chat,
Yeah.
we got a whole bunch of technical difficulties going on, but bear with us, my nigga. This is Brooklyn right here. Like I said, I gotta put that disclaimer. You see, I gotta put the disclaimer.
Nobody Steve Jobs in here, man.
Oh no, that's a different article.
Right. It's a different 5 realistic draft
Yeah,
lottery
that's
trade
a
up.
different article.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
the
did this
link.
stuff.
The link that I sent you should be. So yeah, here. Go back. Can you click on where it says Netspress? Does it take you to my profile?
Let me see.
Or maybe the logo on the top left.
I would be a fan of Jabari Smith Jr. here, by the way.
I know,
would
me
really
too.
like. I would
Okay, so
really
click on the
like
top one where it says full 2025
I
first
feel
round
like he
mock.
could do better, bro. I don't want him to come over here and rock, bro.
Yeah,
So,
here we go. Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
That's a really good play, bro. I don't want him to come over
Alright,
here.
so
What the
what
fuck, man?
Yeah, I mean, so if you want to go through the picks all 30 picks, do you want to just do the Nets picks? Do you want to just do the picks that I did trades for? How do you want to do it?
Well, I know we did some of the Nets picks. We could start off. Well, first off, this is a dope article you got. I subscribe to it and all of that stuff like
Appreciate you, my man.
that. But nah, go ahead. This is your article, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No. All right. Sounds good. 1 and 2 are the usuals. So Mavs get flag. Harper heads over to San Antonio. Number 3 is where I have my first trade. I was kind of in between whether or not it would be Utah moving up from 5 to 3, or if it was going to be Washington moving up from 6 to 3. So I did Washington, I think, in this case. So if you scroll down to number 3, I don't have the exact players that I would do in the trade yet. I was looking at it and kind of just couldn't come up with something that I liked, but I was thinking it would be a player plus the 6th and the 18th pick.
Dylan, you wrote this?
I did write this.
So you think the Wizards would trade 6 to Philly for the 3rd?
Yeah. So it would be the 6th pick and the 18th pick plus a player for 3 and probably a future pick or a player.
Dylan, what a link at? You put on Twitter?
Yeah, it's my pinned one on Twitter. You'll crash out over the picks, but I already know you. You don't like anything.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I don't know why you had to make it up. I don't know how you had to make it about me, but that's fine.
Leaf, because you're my guy. I gotta be upfront with you, you know.
Nigga, stop acting like you niggas ain't heard in your voice. You about to look at this shit, you be like, "What the fuck is this right here?"
Yep,
We know what's going on, man. Nigga. We heard it.
I'm about to look at it right now. Hold on, bro. Like you said,
You know what's going on, bro.
Breeze, if you want to scroll down a bit, I think 4 I had a VJ Edgecombe for Charlotte.
Days to Washington would be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if they could have a young core of Bub Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly, Ace, and Alex Sarr, that's a pretty fun and exciting young core to build around for sure.
This is moving up and getting ace.
I think it's either going to be Washington or Utah that does it. And then, I have VJ going to Charlotte at 4. I have New Orleans moving up to 5 with Utah. If you scroll down a little bit.
Shit, 5.
Yeah, if you go down to number 5. This was a crazy trade that I came up with. And again, this is all just hypotheticals and for fun. Do I see the team that I have trading up potentially moving up? Yes. Is it the exact package? Probably not. But a package I was looking at was Utah would give up picks 5 and 21. And they would also give up John Collins and Colin Sexton to New Orleans for the 7th overall pick, Herb Jones and CJ McCollum. And how I was looking at it is with DeJounte out for the majority of the year with that torn Achilles, Colin Sexton could come in and help out in that role. This way they can develop Jeremiah Fears. And then John Collins could be your starting big man, which was a big problem for them last year. They get off of CJ McCollum's contract, and they also add an additional first-round pick in this year's draft while also still being able to move up 2 spots. So that's kind of how I viewed it. Again, these are all just mock scenarios, but I do see New Orleans trying to move up with Utah regardless, no matter the package.
Who's New Orleans targeting? Who they targeting? They say to move up. Who they going?
They targeting Fears, I think.
Yeah, Jeremiah Fears.
So you think after the next 3 picks or 2 picks, he's gone after that? Then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So we got all right. We on the same page because I got Jeremiah going top 5 as well.
I think he's a top 5 player.
I would agree with that. In the case of us getting
that's also we should do.
In the case of us getting Kaman Malawat, Carter Bryan, and Noah Senge,
I was cool with spoil it.
Hold on, bro.
The only reason why I remember because you said it last night. I didn't look at it.
Oh, okay.
We right here though. We can keep
all right.
going.
So at number 6, I have.
Scroll, my nigga. What's going on, bro? Who this nigga?
No. You said the picks last night, easy, bro. I didn't look at the report.
No, he's telling Breezy to scroll.
What? Scroll with?
Scroll.
Yeah. So number 6, I have Trey Johnson heading to Philly. They were rumored to be really interested in him, so I think if they're going to get him, they wouldn't take him at 3, so might as well trade back, which is, again, why I have Utah or Washington trading up with Philly.
He is the best shooter in the draft, so, man.
I don't know how much I agree with that.
But
you might be
wait, hold on. Wait, Dylan, you fighting that?
Con Kneppel is by far the best shooter in the draft. In terms of just 3-point shooting, he's by far the best. Shot 41% from 3.
I mean, but like, if we talking like the best overall shooter, bro, like I think it's Trey. I mean, but
I think he's the best shot creator.
The best, like, if you want to say the best spot up shooter, bro, I ain't gonna argue Con Kneppel.
It depends on how you value shooting, and I value efficiency, and 41% from 3 is unheard of for a college player. So I think that's.
Well, how many attempts?
By far. I'll tell you right now. I would assume it's probably about 5 to 6 attempts tonight. Let's see.
Even if it's 2, bro, it's going to go up in the NBA.
Yeah, no, it's going to go up in the NBA. But all I'm saying is, like,
Con Kneppel took.
I want to say 3, 4.
It should be a little more than
that. No, Washington. Thank God, bro.
Duke run up.
What just happened?
Wait, hold on. Fuck, I can't talk when I hear 4 people. He took 5.3 threes a game, roughly.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shot
so Dylan had us. Nah, I was scared. I thought Dylan had us taking Con, man.
Okay.
No. I have Con going to Utah at 7, which is why they would trade back.
I heard some people high on Con Kneppel, so why is it such a bad thing if we pick him? Like, I need to know that point.
Nah, because we don't need him.
I can tell you why.
Like Utah has Larry Markkinen as their star. You know, Washington has young core players like Carrington and Sarr and Bilal. We have. Sorry, Breeze. We have Cam Thomas. We gotta add some better youth before we grab like a third option role player out of the draft. You know, but Con could be a Klay Thompson, Austin Reeves like player. Like he has that third option star written all over him.
That sound like a ceiling to me. Bro. The second that you said Klay Thompson, bro, Looks like okay.
I would say Austin Reeves is a
Corey Kispert got the Clay Thompson ceiling after out of the draft. We seen how he went up.
on defense? Is he
I got
food
Liam
on
McNeely as
defense?
Corey Kispert. All right, so yeah, go to the next pick. This will be Brooklyn's first. So I have us selecting come on Malawak out of Duke.
Yay.
You could read them if you want, but at the end of the day, when you are more than likely not going to trade Nick Claxton, you need to go grab your replacement big. And at 7'2", with the way that he can rim protect, the fact that he's only been playing basketball for less than 5 years, which is very similar to when Joel Embiid entered the draft. He was only playing basketball for 6 years before he was in the NBA. So
He's only been playing basketball for what, only 5 years?
It was like 5 or 6 years, yeah. Kaman, I believe, has been playing for a year less than when Embiid did.
I think something like that happened with Tim Duncan too. I think he used to swim or something.
This is
something like that happened with Hasheem the Beat too.
Yeah. This is one of the raw. He's wingspan. I believe it's like 7'5", 7'6". Let me see.
7'5".
Let me see. Hold up. It could be longer.
It's not funny.
His wingspan is for fuck's sake. His wingspan's 7'5", but his standing reach is 9'8".
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
fuck!
What?
So he could pretty much stand flat on the floor, put his hands up, and he'll be blocking the rim.
How does he move on the perimeter?
So he could stand dunk. So he could. So basically, you telling me he could stand dunk on some some Boban shit?
Almost, yeah, tippy toes, and he can do it. Yes.
Yeah, but niggas got to prove that, Leaf, and niggas not confident they need some time. But real quick, how does he move on the perimeter in terms of defense?
He I would say he's above average for a guy of his height in terms of perimeter.
At 17, 250.
Would you compare him to Donovan Clingan? Would you compare him to Donovan?
Quicker than what you
I would
think.
compare him more to like Miles Turner, like where he can move, but is he the best perimeter defender? Probably not.
Yeah,
with these Miles Turner comparisons is crazy.
Hold on, let's get Ice. Let's get Ice in the conversation.
He's quicker than what you think a big man. He's not a lumbering big.
He doesn't look. Yeah,
he can move his feet. They had him guarding on the perimeter and Duke, but like he'll be a step behind. But his reach, you know what I mean? You think you got him beat, and that won't be the case. You know what I mean?
So it's recovery with him. That's basically
because he got the wingspan. So if you beat him by like me at like almost 6 foot, beat him by 2 steps, his wingspan will make up for my 2 steps.
Yeah.
So
somebody beats you and you throw a shoe at the ball to block it.
So basically he could get beat, bro, like and then recover to the play on some Giannis shit.
Yeah, he can.
The biggest factor with him is the lack of offensive freedom that he had at Duke. He only averaged like 8 points a game, but he shot 65% or higher from the field. He was very efficient from 3. He showcased that he can still shoot a 3. So in terms of raw,
can you tell me how he got his baskets though? Can you tell me how he got his baskets?
They were majority post baskets. He had taken a couple of floaters from within the
rim dives. So he lobs and shit.
It was a very limited role offensively at Duke. But again, if you watch his tape, if you look at his stats just in terms of efficiency, his combine, there is a lot of raw upside with him. So I think if you're going to move off of Claxton, this is probably your best replacement. He may take a year or two to fully form out, but we're not contending this year, so it doesn't really matter. You need a project player though.
He has hold on. He has on the pick and roll, he has like a 90% finishing percentile.
Rate,
yeah, like it's like he don't miss when he's going rolling to the rim, bro. That's basically he's getting the bucket while he's rolling to the rim.
Yeah.
If you lob it, he's scoring, bro.
I would just say, like,
at 7 deuce, bro. Like, like, what the fuck?
How's his 3-point?
Hey, man, look at Taco Fall, Manute Bol, or Bol. These are all guys.
I don't want to look at them.
Even higher, and look at Zach Edey.
Zach Edey is the leader around the basket.
He is. He's averaging less than 10 points a game too.
Yeah, he averages a hot, but he shoots well over 80% underneath the basket.
Come on,
excuse your language, bro.
Come on,
but he does it in the NBA though, like as a rookie. Like, excuse your language.
Zach,
keep going.
But anyway,
No, he's not.
how's Kamal
yes,
Malawak 3? How's his 3? Real
No, he's
quick.
not.
his 3 is solid. He has shown that he can shoot the 3, and I believe that he shot it around 30-something% at Duke. Let me confirm that also, so this way Leaf doesn't go off on a tangent. We still love you, Leaf.
We don't love Darth Vader.
Let's see.
Nah,
Let's
he
see.
And why
He
you
had-
always looking for him, bro? You
Yeah,
pissing
he
me
shot
off, bro.
25%. He shot 25% from 3. He shot
That
71.
sunshine pisses you off,
He
nigga.
shot 71.2% from the field. He also shot 76.6% from the free throw line.
Wait,
which is
wait,
amazing.
hold on. Wait, Dylan, hold on, wait.
Yep. Oh,
How
here
the
we go.
fuck? How
Here
the
we go.
fuck you get to 35, bro? And you knew
I
the
said
whole
30.
time
I
it was
said
in the
30.
20s.
I was saying I think it's 30. Let me confirm. And what did I do? I typed Kaman Malawak stats and I just read it off. Why are you gassing it?
You knew that before you knew that before you told it.
Yeah,
No, I
but
did not.
that doesn't really mean nothing.
I said I think he shot 30%.
Ray, why we
shot
acting like the
25%.
nigga might not shoot better this year?
Yeah,
This league.
look at
Yeah,
Noah
that's what,
Brownie when he came
That's
into
that's
the
what I'm
league.
possible.
saying.
That's possible.
He was
That
shooting
really
a
doesn't matter. If he got
30% at
30%,
Alabama.
He shot good in the combine.
My nigga Anthony Edwards is one of the
The
most
combine,
hard
you ain't got no
receivers at Georgia
defense on
before
you.
he started
That's true.
fucking getting good at shooting. Like what you want college is, I mean, depending on your mindset, what you want college is not who you're going to be.
Here,
in
I'll
the
tell
NBA.
you right now what they're projecting his NBA 3-point percentage to be, because Tankathon has advanced stats that shows metrics that tell you what they feel a player will shoot in the NBA.
Ooh,
Kaman
you gotta pay for
Malawak's
that
advanced
right there.
stats shows that he should shoot. Let's see.
That's a stat you
That he
gotta
should
pay
shoot
for.
roughly 32.5% from the NBA.
Whatever
in terms of his
website
three.
this is, bro. Like,
That's
I
called
ain't fucking
Tankathon.
with it.
It's the leader in mock drafts and big boards, the whole 9 yards. You
I
use it
believe
every
that
day.
shit when I see it. Fuck that.
You use
Just like
Tankathon
you
all the
believe
time.
in Zach Edey.
I don't.
I bet you do.
I
I feel like I
bet
saw
I
a couple
don't.
of tweets from you this year from there.
All right,
No.
let's
Regardless,
keep it rolling. Let's keep it
regardless,
rolling.
yeah, go to number
Yeah.
9. That's
keep it
Toronto.
rolling.
And the reason why I also selected Malawak as well is because Toronto's a
Number
team that's
9,
highly interested in him. So if you don't take him there, he's likely off the board, which leaves Toronto going with Kasparis Yakachonis. I say it in here as well. I'm not incredibly high on him as a talent, but a lot of teams value him, especially as a combo guard. A lot of teams see him as like an Austin Reeves-like player. He just has that archetype as a combo guard in the NBA where he can space the floor, he can rebound, he can play make. He does all these things at an above average rate, but nothing at an elite rate, if that makes sense. So yeah, I got him going 9 as the potential Emmanuel Quickly replacement. They're also in talks to potentially trade RJ Barrett, so maybe he'll play the 2. But regardless, I think Yakachonis in Toronto, if Malawak is off the board, is a really good fit.
Okay.
And then here you go, guys.
Oh.
We got to trade. Go to number 10.
Who had the number?
Nets.
Who had the number
I think
10
that
pick?
was-
Who had number 10
Houston.
initially?
Don't.
That looked like Carter Bryant to me.
That's Carter Bryant.
That's
Are you guys not
Alright.
able to read it? It says 10 right there on the top.
Nah, bro, I got the phone.
Oh, we
on, bro.
making a
Let's just-
trade.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, we're making this trade up. So I have it highlighted there. Again, this is just my hypothetical. Maybe you have to do a trade with Cam Johnson in 19. Who knows? But if there's a world where the reports are serious about Houston willingly open to the idea of trading the 10th pick for a Minnesota Timberwolves-like package last year that they did with the Spurs to get Rob Dillingham, which was 2 future firsts, then I would give up the 19th pick, a 2027 unprotected Knicks pick. I think they'll still be just as good in 2027. And then a top 10 protected 2029 Knicks pick. And what that does is it allows, if the pick falls 1 through 10, Brooklyn gets it back. If it doesn't, then Houston gets it. But regardless, those 3 picks to move up to 10, I think, is more than fair.
Do we have any picks from Houston? I don't want to give up that next pick. I want to hold on to that next pick. Do we have a pick from Houston that we could bargain with?
We do not have a pick from Houston. Houston has our swap race in 2027. So unless if you drop the protection on that Knicks pick, maybe to top 5 and ask for that swap rates back, then I don't see us being able to get that back. Yeah, the comps I came up with on my own.
Okay.
Wait, what's the comps? Hold on.
I have him as like an OG Anunoby, Kelly Oubre like player.
OG?
Mm-hmm. He's that good defensively.
Kelly
he's 6'8", 225 at the age of 18, 19 years old.
OG and Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, he's probably like one of the most NBA ready body frames in this draft class. Like he is, in terms of physicality, he'll be ready to go. So I think that he'd be a great piece. And also, if you're looking at how these two finals teams are constructed, defense is the absolute key before you get that 30+ point per game score. So to me, go grab your two high upside defensive players. And also, these are just comparisons based on their college performances. Carter Bryant's stats don't show even a lick of what he actually has offensively. In high school, he averaged like 27 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, like 3 steals. He was disgusting, and he showcased much more in high school. Arizona just didn't utilize him as an offensive player. Kind of similar with Malawak at Duke. So
can you explain his offensive game real quick?
He has a little. He's incredibly efficient from 3. He's more of a catch and shoot 3 guy as of right now. At least that's what he was at Arizona. He was like a 3-and-D guy, but he has the ability to put the ball on the floor. He has the ability to, kind of create his own shot within the pick and roll. I definitely think that's something that they could develop further. And
mid-range isn't bad either.
No, and also you also have to think about it too. The Nets didn't land a top 3 pick. You're not getting your first option guy most likely this year. So go load up on your 3rd, 4th, 5th, possibly 2nd option, and hope that you get lucky next year. Because if not, that's when you go and trade for your superstar. It's that simple. You got to build the rest of the team before you get the guy.
What makes you
No.
think
It's not a bad idea, bro. I like the idea of getting the 3rd, 4th, and 5th possible options on the team. Yeah. I just don't think none of these motherfuckers are gonna cut it, bro. I might be wrong about that.
I mean, let's say for example, Malawak becomes Miles Turner. That's likely your 4th option. Say Carter Bryant becomes OG Anunoby. That's maybe your 3rd option. Let's just say you have a Cam Thomas or a Cam Thomas-like player. That's your 2nd option. And then next year in the draft, you land, a top 3 pick, or you go out and trade for a guy, and that's your 1st option. There's a world where it makes sense, but again,
it's a possibility, bro. But in the process, you basically telling Cam Thomas, "Fuck you, we ain't building the team around you."
Yeah, the problem is people aren't going to understand some of these picks simply because everybody's expecting the next Kobe, MJ, LeBron to be our pick.
You see, I'm trying to entertain the basketball convo that you try to come with that bullshit. Yo, Dylan, don't entertain that bullshit right there, bro. We're not going to do that, bro.
No, Dylan, keep talking. No. Fuck what he's saying, Dylan. Say what you're saying. Go ahead.
No, but the thing is, the first thing, the important thing about it is even with Jordan's is probably different story, but even with Kobe, Kobe wasn't Kobe in his 1st or 2nd year.
That's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These
Kobe's
guys
averaging 7 points. Kobe was averaging 7 points per game since his rookie year. If you was looking at Kobe's 1st year, he averaged 7 points per game. You wouldn't have thought Kobe was going to be
everything.
Fucking.
But
that 2nd year he took off though.
But Lee, Kobe didn't take off realistically until he was 22 years old. That's the point.
He was an all-star in his 2nd year.
Bro, Jerry West scouted this man from when he was fucking playing. Bro, the man had the backing of the organization
just to let you guys know
before he even came in.
Just to let you guys know, Carter Bryant was ranked in the top 15 of this draft class coming out of high school, so he's got the upside. He's
right. I'm just saying, Kobe wasn't coming into the fucking league dominating. It took him.
He wasn't doing that, but you could tell that something was there, bro. If you watch carefully, bro, you could tell something was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, Breeze, if you want to scroll to the next pick, because I don't want to. I mean, we got 20 picks to go. If you guys really want to get this all done tonight. At 11, it's such a weird pick for them, but I just don't see him falling any further than this. And they also have a lot of question marks for whether or not Anthony Simons will be back on the team. So I have them selecting Yegor Demon. A lot of people have him getting mocked to Portland, but he's one of my favorite players in this draft. I've been high on him since the week before the college basketball season started. I put it out.
What that mean for Scoot, bro?
Scoot's probably a 2. I don't see him as a primary playmaker.
I think Scoot's probably gonna be the 2 year.
Yeah.
The only problem that I got with that, Dylan, bro, is that Denny Avia, bro, is clearly, bro, slowly becoming the best player on that team.
Oh, 100%. He had a borderline all-star season. He played incredibly.
Yeah, he played incredibly, but like
Donovan got some conversation. Donovan got a hat in the ring or two.
How I see that roster,
but that basically leaves Shaden Sharp and School Henderson.
Not necessarily.
Like maybe.
Not necessarily, because how I viewed it was maybe they ship out Anthony Simons and Jeremiah Grant. I don't think they're going to be able to find a trade partner for DeAndre Ayton just yet. So that would leave their starting lineup as potentially Yegor at the 1, Scoot at the 2, Shaden at the 3, Denny at the 4.
Indiana wanted DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, but that was before. That was before a lot of.
That was a good while ago. That was a good while.
But realistically, Demon's likely not going to start at point guard either his first year. So realistically, you may have Scoot at the 1, Shaden at the 2, Denny at the 3, Tamani Kamara at the 4, and then Ayton at the 5. Right? Because I still do think Jeremiah Grant and Anthony Simons gets traded this offseason. So it really just depends on
I'm not
who's
gonna lie,
there.
Portland on to prove it to me because they've been saying that shit for like the last 2 years, yo.
I know.
Damn,
They need to prove that.
You need to make a decision.
But yeah, so if you go over to the 12th pick, I believe this is Chicago, and this is who I've been having them linked to for a while.
Nore is all defense too, bro. Like they need to make that work.
Yeah. Oh no, Breeze is still there. Breezy,
scroll down.
Scroll over to 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
12. This is where I have Derek Queen heading to Chicago. I think this is the perfect fit for him. With Vucevic on his way out, he'll be an immediate impact player.
Fuck.
I added the fact that they could
sense.
be a team. I added the fact that they could be a team looking into Jonathan Kuminga, and it makes sense because Golden State needs the center. So if they're serious about trying to build youth and add a player through the market, I think Kuminga could be one of those players. So hypothetically, let's say they have Josh Giddey, Kuminga, Matas Buzelis, and Derek Queen as a young core. That could definitely be something of interest long term for Chicago. So I absolutely love the fit at 12. I put it in there as well. I think his defensive issues.
They still got Lonzo on the books. They could still do something with Lonzo.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think this is.
They got Lonzo going to Orlando.
I think this is going to be the most active offseason we're ever going to see. I think there's going to be well over 20 trades.
And Mathis Vazelis look like he's gonna be one of them.
Vazelis look like he gonna be cold.
If you're combining draft trades and off-season trades, there genuinely could be 20 to 25 this year. It's gonna get fucking ugly. There's so many.
Are you talking about from draft night all the way to the deadline?
From the day that trading becomes available, which I believe is the last day of the finals, all the way until mid-August, right? I think you see about 20 to 25 trades total.
Damn.
I mean, I mean, look at it this way. I have 8 trade-ups in the first round on my mock draft right now. That's not even counting second-round trades. So you're probably talking maybe 15 to 18 trades on draft night, and then maybe you're talking 2 or 3 stars traded. 3 or 4 other major trades that go on. Like this is going to be a hectic fucking offseason because of the CBA. A lot of teams are feeling the punishments of the new CBA. So
that tax apron is real. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that shit is hit. I mean, dude,
2026, you might be looking at a whole
roster.
I ain't gonna lie, that should bite you in the ass.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's funny when you start looking at the teams that's in that like apron shit. I ain't gonna lie. It's funny when you look at the team that's in that shit. You're like, oh shit, oh okay. Why you here?
All right, if you want to scroll down to 13, I think this is Chicago. Oh no, we just did Chicago. This is what Atlanta.
This should be 13.
Yeah, Atlanta. This was such a weird pick for me because Atlanta is in that position where they can compete this year because of how weak the East is. And I do see them being a team that goes out and tries and improves the roster.
Kyle Kuzma and Josh Hart. That's a interesting mix.
You're gonna have to explain this nigga to me because I'm very low on Kyle Kuzma.
It definitely is. He kind of has that Kyle Kuzma offensive ability with Josh Hart's hustle, rebounding, and playmaking ability. That's kind of how I look at it.
He's 6'6", right?
Yeah, he's 6'6".
I don't think I know a player like that. That's crazy.
I know it's kind of a weird comp, but again, like I said, I think the offensive game that he has is similar to Kuzma, while the rebounding, playmaking, and the hustle to his game is similar to Josh Hart.
So he could potentially be all over.
But it's weird because I rarely this is the first time I've ever mocked Clifford at 13, but teams love him. He's ranked as high as 13 on boards. He's as low as 19. So this is around the range of where you could potentially see him go. But usually I have Atlanta trading out of 13. In this case, with the Nets moving up to 10, I just don't see a possible trade up with Atlanta. I was originally looking at Orlando, but it's only a 3-spot move up. So I decided to have them stick and pick. And with how weak the East is, go out and grab the best upperclassmen available. So this way you guys have a guy that are, ready to win now and see what they can do in the East next year.
A smooth like Kuzma game and a crash and burn like game on the other side of the ball like Josh Hart. I gotta see that shit to believe it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Watch his Colorado State clips, man. He's pretty solid.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you look at the finals right now, there's some players that's doing that right now. It's
I was
just
gonna
not
say,
gonna look as bad as Kuzma, but
Clifford
averaged 19-8 and like 6 or something. There was something along those lines.
He shot 40% damn near.
Yeah, I think he scored 19 points per game, roughly, about 9 rebounds per game, roughly, and I think he was at the 4 through 6 assists per game mark, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
He was really well rounded.
What I'm hearing is a player that's going to be in every play on the court. Like every play, a defensive play or offensive play, he's somehow connected into it. So I think that's a good play.
Yeah.
I mean, that should be scary for Atlanta. They already got Zachary, who kind of.
I was going to say,
they got Zachary, Dyson Daniels,
Jalen Johnson.
They putting some hella athletes around Trey Young.
He's athletic too, bro.
Yeah,
he's highly
athletic. He's not like crazy off the charts athletic, but he has that sneaky bounce that some people don't really see often.
You don't see them taking a big man? You don't see them taking a big man though?
Because they coming up off Capella.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But who they going to get for Capella though? If you think
no, Capella's a free agent. Just wait till the 22nd pick. They're back up. Don't spoil.
Okay,
I got you.
My fault.
Don't worry, I got you. All right, and let's go to the 14th pick. This is the final pick of the lottery. Right. So with the final pick in the lottery, I have the KD trade happening. I don't have a comp for a Senge yet. I can't figure it out. But I do have KD getting traded to the Spurs for a package that consists of Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, the 14th overall pick, and a future first. I mean, it's negative value.
That's crazy. I saw that trade too.
To think that they gave up 5 first-round picks for KD just 2 years ago, and they're going to get back only 2 firsts.
You're going to get back this bullshit right
Yeah, it's sad to see, but it's also great for us. So screw them. But yeah, I got Phoenix taking the swing on Noah Senge, and the reason why I dropped him to 14 on this is because if you've been keeping up with his international playoffs, Game 1 he put up 22 and 14. He looked incredible. Game 2 he looked horrible. And I think that every game at this point in the draft process matters, even if that's a 1-spot move back, a 4-spot move up, a 5-spot move back. It doesn't really matter. So for me, I got him slipping to the end of the lottery, where they'll trade Kevin Durant and grab a Senge as their long-term piece.
Okay. Shit. So I mean, that's a whole lottery.
I was gonna say, I mean, I got picks 15 through 30 on there as well. If you want,
you can scroll down, bro. Yeah, let's
get it.
We hit.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so this is Brooklyn moving up to 15, and whoever.
What the fuck?
Hold on, time out. Whoever said trade Cam Johnson to OKC before in the comments, I was trying to hold it back, but here you go. So people don't realize this, but Nolan Traore is being heavily pursued by numerous teams within that 14 through 17 range. It's going very quietly under the radar, but I've spoken with numerous people who have stated that Orlando really likes him at 16. Minnesota really likes him at 17. There's teams willing to move up with OKC and San Antonio potentially for him. So to me, you got your big man, you got your wing by trading up to 10. Go out and grab your point guard now. And at this point, he's the best available one on the board. He was previously projected to be a top 5 pick in this draft. So he still has a ton of upside as a player. And I think that this is an incredible fit for Jordy. He's a guy that plays defense. He's not selfish. He's one of the best playmakers in the draft class. And he's shown a bit of improvement as an offensive player as well. So the package that I have,
what's the protections on
You
the
went from
fucking Philly
Pierce
pick?
from
What's the
to
protections?
okay,
Traore.
so let
This is
me
an
let me explain
absolute
the trade
shit
real quick.
show, bro.
Let me explain the trade
You
real
went
quick.
from Pierce to Traore, man.
Hey, I mean, when Fears isn't available at 8, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, I think the quantity of the pick and the quality of the pick is more important than just going out and grabbing one guy that you want in the top 5. You know, if you look at the way that OKC's rebuild went, they traded for SGA, and then the year later they were able to draft Chet in the top 3, and then they were able to draft Jalen Williams in the top 17. So, if you can grab high upside players in these ranges, this is where you're more likely than not to find, you know, long-term high caliber role players, if not potential stars.
You think Philly doing better?
What's up? I didn't hear you.
You think Philly doing better next year? You think?
I think Philly's going to be 100% better next year, as long as
But
Paul
like
George and
out
Embiid
of
stay
this
healthy.
bad situation, like they're not going to be inside the draft because like it's top to 10 protected, so they can't
Okay,
be nowhere near the
so
motherfucker.
this is okay, yeah. So that pick is, as of right now, it's top 4 protected from Philly to OKC, meaning that if the pick lands 1 through 4, it goes back to Philly. If it lands 5 through 30, it goes to OKC. But in this case, we'd be having OKC add a top 10 protection on it, which means that if it lands 1 through 4, it goes to Philly. If it lands 5 through 10, it goes to OKC. If it lands 11 through 30, it goes to Brooklyn. So it kind of adds that little bit of extra cushion in case Philly shits themselves again this year.
Okay.
But if you've been keeping up with the finals and if you've been keeping up the playoffs, Isaiah Joe has lost a majority of his minutes in OKC. And he's a player that they were previously unwilling to trade. I think that if you're going to grab Cam Johnson, who, if you watch the game today and if you've watched the playoffs for OKC, they kind of need him. Like, they need a guy who can efficiently space the floor. So with that, I think you have to give up something to get him. So I have Isaiah Joe, Kenrich Williams, the 15th overall pick, and a top 10 protected 2026 Sixers pick for
When does Cam Johnson contract expire?
Why can't we get Casey Robinson next year?
Because that's not
Andrew
realistic.
Wiggins or Aaron Wiggins or somebody.
Isaiah Joe's better than Aaron Wiggins.
Yeah, I was about to say that, bro. Like,
Yeah, facts.
Isaiah Joe just doesn't have a role because Lou Dort is an undersized 3 who has to play the 2 majority of the time.
And I'm not gonna lie, I like that pick right there. I'm not gonna lie, especially if it fall like that. I ain't gonna hold you, but
yeah, he's a very talented player. He's got a tremendous upside, and if you were
fuck
to,
the player, he gonna be putting another fucking trade for us.
But that
Put him
2020,
into
that
another trade to get
2026
some more
first
shit
round
for
pick,
us.
if it drops 11 through 30, I mean,
We
we gotta remember the guys that
if that pick, like, let's just say that pick lands on 12, bro, we got a 12 pick in the next draft, bro. That's really good right there. I ain't mad at
and
that.
the guys, but also the guys that's
realistically, I think Philly
guys that
finishes
came
as
back
a
to
top
college,
6
they're
team.
gonna be in the next draft
As a
as well.
commentator, I gotta learn how to pronounce niggas' names again, bro. This shit is ridiculous.
Nolan
bro. Like,
Traore, Kaman Maluak, Carter Bryant. I don't think that's that
Nolan,
hard.
I'm
Yo,
calling
Leaf,
him
don't
Nolan.
fuck up what
Fuck
that, like that Bucks announcer, that
Trey
Bucks commentator.
Orr.
Don't fuck up like that Bucks commentator.
Trey
Nolan
Orr.
T. He getting Nolan T, bro. Next, moving on. Fuck that.
All right, if you want to go over to 16, I think this is where I have Orlando. Let's
This
see.
draft is fuck.
Cedric Howard, yo, yeah, I keep hearing about him. Who is this guy?
Yeah, he only played 6 games.
Trey Murphy, Herb Jones mix. Hold on, I gotta calm down.
No, I'm
Trey
not kidding.
Murphy, Herb Jones
go watch his tape.
Hold on.
Go watch his tape, dude. He's
Hold the
disgusting.
fuck up.
You gotta watch the tape,
He's
man.
athletic like Trey. He's got the scoring ability like Trey, but he's got the defensive and physicality of Herb. It's pretty scary. He's definitely one of the better upperclassmen. The reason why not many teams were talking about him earlier in the year is because he tore his labrum. I was gonna say he tore his labrum, so it was a 4 to 6 month recovery period. But he was able to participate in the combine a bit, and with his measurements, he's sprouted up the draft boards. So I have him landing at 16 to Orlando, just simply because they don't really have like a full-time shooting guard. And he also is a solid playmaker. So even if he had to play the backup 1, he could. But his efficiencies from all levels of the floor are very much so above average. And he also has that Orlando style of play where he's a defensive-minded player. So I think that this is a perfect fit for
Washington
Orlando.
State?
Yep, Washington State.
And shout out to Orlando for the rebranding. Them
See, I don't
jerseys.
think Trey and Herb are the same players.
Yeah,
I'm
shout out
seeing
to
the
Orlando for
comments.
doing the same jersey just with different fonts, bro.
I was gonna say I don't see Trey and Herb as the same player. Trey is more of a
Same fucking
shot
jersey.
creator, can put the ball on the floor, much more athletic than Herb. I think Herb is more of a pest defender, like a Lou Dort-like player who can space the floor as a high caliber 3-and-D. Trey Murphy has more of a two-way ability to him, so I kind of see it both ways with Cedric, where he'll be a 3-and-D guy, but he also has that two-way ability, where he's an improved offensive player.
You think it still could be all NBA defense?
Cedric, yeah, he has the ability to pretend. I mean, he's got like a 7'4" wingspan at 6'6".
What the fuck? Whoa,
yeah,
wait, what?
They say he's between Kawhi and Mikal Bridges, basically.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? That's his ceiling. His ceiling is cool. What the fuck is with everybody?
Oh no. Not
He's
his
talking about
step.
just
He's
measurement.
between
He's
his
talking about
game,
measurement.
and his game and his defense is between Mikal's and his, like, you know what I'm saying? He's not one player. He's like both, you know, in a way, style wise.
I mean, Kawhi was taking 15, so I mean, you never know. Like,
bro, like I think we put a lot more flavor on these players, bro, with the wingspan and the measurements. Pause.
That's how combines work. You know, a guy can run a 4.2 in the NFL, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's the fastest man alive. He needs to go top 10." And guess what happens? He turns into Dre Archer, and I'm a Steelers fan. That guy sucks. He's a fucking loser.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you how you feel about A-Rod, bro, because as a Packers
I
fan,
feel
bro,
facts.
I feel the same as I do every day with the fucking Steelers. Art Rooney and Mike Tomlin are still the owner and head coach of this organization. Until they're gone, we're not going to do a thing. They suck.
Oh,
They're both a bunch of cancers.
Wow.
I mean, Rob is only there for 1 year.
They're both
he
a
is
bunch of
only there
cancers.
for 1 year, but I mean,
I thought niggas rock with Art Rooney. Oh wow.
No. We rock with his dad, the one that's dead, the one that had to keep the team up. Bro, if you really look at the Steelers, they're the exact replica of the Yankees. Steinbrenner's father owned the team; they were successful forever, and then they tossed that shit up to his son, and he shit the bed. The Steelers and the fucking Yankees both haven't won championships since 2009. They both won in the same year in 2009, and they haven't won one since.
That is true.
And around that time,
you got Brady in front of you. You going against Brady, damn it, every time you get there, bro.
But,
like,
I mean, but
God
as a
damn.
but
And the nigga cheating
respectfully,
sometimes, bro.
respectfully, our last championship came against the Steelers, and I'm not bitching, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like I think we have a lot of things going. And,
unless if we trade for Chris Olave or Terry McLaurin, this team isn't doing dick. Because all they did was I got to use this terminology every single fucking time I'm here. They shit their pants and they changed their shirt. They switched out Russell Wilson for Aaron Rodgers and they switched out George Pickens for DK Metcalf. They haven't improved the offense. So until they add a second weapon,
bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, DK Metcalf is not moving the needle, bro. Like
yo, I thought they were gonna keep Pickens. I'm like, yo,
nah, why DK Metcalf getting the smoke? Like,
bro, he gotta get shot, bro. To be that athletic, bro, and you not at least minimum the top 10 receiver in the league, bro. Come on, that's ridiculous.
There you go. All that muscle tonight.
1A or 1B.
DK Metcalf is a future adult movie star, bro. Like he ain't built for football.
That is crazy.
Okay.
That is a wild gap. Go to pick 17.
First the Pink Panthers.
Yeah, let's go to 17,
let's get back to the draft, bro. You see, Leaf? Yo, you see, try to keep the whip on the road, my nigga. We took a quick
that shit went off with a rail, bro.
I'm just changing the tires, bro. Come on.
Up the whole shit, dog. We can't take
I
a
was
turn,
wondering
bro.
what Colin Murray boys was gonna go.
We didn't crash, nigga. We good, bro. Damn.
We were fucked up.
So with the 17th pick, with the
He fucked
17th
up the
pick, this
axle.
is probably my first faller of the draft, which is Colin Murray Boyles. He's projected to be a lottery pick. I have him falling just simply because his offensive game is very limited. But for Minnesota, this is a perfect fit. He's got that Draymond Green-like ability where he's a pest defensively. He's an undersized 4. He's only 6'7", but he's a stocky 4. Like he's good. He's a little hefty. So for me, with Julius Randle and Naz Reid likely to be free agents, I don't think they bring back both. So why not find one of their replacements and bring in Boyles? I think it's a perfect match at 17. And with the limited
attribute on defense, what's his best attribute on defense?
Probably his. I mean, he does everything really well. He can play the perimeter. He can guard the post. He's a solid shot blocker.
for his size. You know, he does a little bit of everything on defense, which is why I see him like that Draymond Green comp.
All right. Who the next pick?
18 is 18. I think is Philly after the Washington trade, so they'll have 2 picks.
Noel.
Yep. So I have Austin Noel going to Philly at 18, and I was
Jonathan
stuck.
Isaac and Jalen Smith.
I was stuck between him and Rasheer Fleming here, but I think with how many veterans they already have on that roster, you kind of almost have to transition your picks into thinking, all right, if this is the last year of Embiid and George, what do we do with Maxey? So I think Austin Noel makes a lot of sense. Again, this is a guy who's projected lottery.
How old is he?
He's 18, 19. Yeah, he's a freshman.
Okay.
So adding him with Trey Johnson, along with Jared McCain and Maxey as your core for the future of young players, I think that's a really good start for them. Yeah.
That really works.
All right. Next pick.
So, you ready for 19?
Nope. At 19 is Houston after the Brooklyn trade, and that's where I got Rasheer Fleming going. This is by far my favorite upperclassman of the draft. 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan.
We should have kept this fucking pick.
I think that this is just an easy pick for Houston. If you got Cam Johnson, you're passing up on KD. That means because you lost him to San Antonio. And realistically, with Jabari Smith being extension eligible, I don't think they're going to keep him. So why not go and grab his replacement? And Rasheer Fleming is a perfect mold of Naz Reid and Jabari Smith. So I really like that fit for them. And I think he can be implemented immediately into the rotation just because he's had multiple years in college. So he's pretty NBA ready at this point in his career.
I agree with that.
But yeah, he shot 50%. He shot just over 50% from the field and just over 40% from 3 last season. So he's an efficient shot creator as well. That's why I said I like that Naz Reid Jabari Smith comp for him. He's very
Fleming was one of the few. He was one of the few people that I did like when I first got introduced to him. So
for sure.
Yeah, solid. Mm-hmm. All right, next pick since Dylan fucked up the draft already, but go to 20.
Sorry, man. I had to keep it realistic. At number 20, I have Orlando trading.
Fucked it up.
At number 20, I have Orlando trading up with Miami. Miami only has 1 pick in the draft. Orlando has 4. So I have them packaging up the 25th and 46th pick to move up to 20. Maybe you have to throw in a future second or 2. I don't really care. I just try to make a baseline package. But they'd be selecting Liam McNeely. And again, I think the theme for Orlando this year in the draft is floor spacers who can defend. So pretty much just 3-and-D guys. They've been one of the worst statistical 3-point shooting teams in the league over the past 3 years. And if they're ever going to try and make a competitive push in the playoffs with Paolo and Franz, they need to add floor spacers. McNeely was previously projected as a lottery pick. He was also known to be one of the best 3-point shooters in this draft. His efficiency sucked at UConn, and he fell out of the lottery for me, at least personally. So
explain his 3-point, because his field goal is horrible. But
he was known.
Field goal percentage than it should have.
Yeah, he was known coming out of high school as the best 3-point shooter in the class. He dealt with some injuries over at UConn. He played majority of the games, but he dealt with this lingering injury. I forgot exactly what it was, and his efficiencies dropped off the roof. It was a really bad season all around for UConn. Like UConn was projected to be a top 5 team in college basketball last year, and they sucked. So it wasn't just him; it was the entire team. But I think with the upside that he still has as a projected lottery guy, being able to snag him at 20 and being able to develop him behind Franz and Paolo to be their floor spacer off the bench, I think that's a massive improvement for what they need. So landing Cedric Coward and Liam McNeely, that's 2 3-and-D guys who can space the floor and defend at a high caliber. So I really like the 2 fits for them.
They need a fucking guard. That's what they need.
I mean, they have Suggs. They
got Anthony Black.
And the reason why I passed on a guard.
They need a guard that's going to be trigger happy, man.
That's the reason I passed on a guard, because
Black take that jump. Right?
I was going to say I passed on a guard simply because if John Moran and Trae Young becomes available, I think Orlando is the team for them.
Oh wow!
He's only 20 years old.
Okay.
All right, pick 21.
Anthony Black, I like him, bro. I think more his game is more athletic than anything, more downhill type shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Will Riley at 21 is interesting.
Yeah, so with New Orleans' second pick, thanks to the Utah trade, I have them selecting Will Riley, and this is kind of where that's why I had them trade Herb Jones, because if you're going to trade Herb Jones, you can go and replace him with a guy very similar, which is Will Riley. I have him comped as Trey Murphy and Cam Johnson usually, but being able to add him and Jeremiah Fears while also being able to bring in John Collins and Colin Sexton through that trade with Utah, I think that kind of formats the team really well around Trey Murphy and Zion. You know, you're kind of just waiting to see when DeJounte comes back, but they still would have the necessary pieces to, you know, if they wanted to trade down the line for a better center, they could, right? They would have the expiring contracts with Collins and Sexton. So I think overall it kind of just gives them more flexibility. They also own the Bucks picks. They have 3 Bucks picks over the next 4 years. So they'll have some valuable picks once Giannis gets traded.
Jack Howard is in prison. I don't know if they ever gonna play that.
He is, bro. I swear. He got what's crazy is he got the best shot on that damn team, on that damn roster right now. He ain't getting no
burn. That's sad, bro.
That nigga is in jail, bro. Fucked up, bro. Next pick.
Ready for 22?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's trade him over here. Let him play under his dad. I don't know.
All right, and whoever mentioned that Atlanta with a big man issue, here's your solver.
Man, they get Sorber.
Yep. So I got them getting Sorber. Athletic two-way big man. That's why I kind of have him as that floor spacing.
Valanciunas and Wendell Carter, ill.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I looked up those comps, and those are the main ones that I saw. Realistically, how I see him,
bro, that shit nasty.
realistically, how I see him is, at least me personally, somebody who actually watches draft film and studies players at an aggressive rate, which is kind of an illness, but I've probably spent about 8 to 15 hours on each individual player in this draft. Sorber to me is a higher upside Derek Queen. Derek Queen has defensive liability issues. Thomas Sorber is a two-way big man. He has slightly lesser skills offensively, but he has much better defense. And I think that'll translate better into the NBA. So I think at 22, this is probably the steal of the draft.
Where you had Derek going again?
I have Derek Queen going 12 to Chicago.
Chicago? Yeah. Why wouldn't Chicago take Sorber instead of...
Sorber's coming off of a foot surgery. And for a team like Chicago who kind of just needs a star anywhere on the floor next to Giddey, I think Queen has more of an ability to be more of an eye popper to scouts because of his offensive ability. Like there's no other big in this draft class that can put the ball on the floor, create his own shot, and look very smooth while doing it. Like Queen has a really soft touch, great footwork. He's pretty quick for his size, and he can also play make out of the post pretty well. Sorber, though, can play make out of the post pretty well, similar to Queen. He doesn't have that touch in terms of ball handling that Queen does, but they have very similar mid-range games. They have very similar three-point shooting range. In terms of efficiencies, they have a very similar game in that aspect, both of which are pretty inefficient, but still have room to grow. But Sorber clears him defensively. He's 6'10", 255 pounds, but he's a bruiser down low.
So for that Bulls team, wouldn't I want Sorber? Because that is a great point what you're making with Queen, but then at the same time, if Sorber has a higher upside in the defense and has similar games on the offensive end, and just Derek Queen has a more high ceiling on the offensive end.
The Bulls gonna be stuck back on defense, bro.
Wait, hold on, Leaf, because the play style right now is really the guards are taking control of the offense and really running through. So if anything, we just need the big man to fall inside the offense because our guards is lining up from 3. We have a real 5-out. We're trying to make a 5-out offense. So wouldn't Sorber lead into that to up our defense? Because that's what we really need help with, right?
So here's how I'll put it. I think he can go as high as 15. Let's just put it this way: if Brooklyn was to have selected a point guard at 8, a wing at 10, I could see them moving up to 15 to go and grab Sorber. I think Sorber can still go higher. It's just depending on how teams feel the foot surgery recovery is looking. Like if they feel that he'll be ready for the regular season and they feel that he can be a key contributor right away, then I could see him going as high into the top 17. But if
he a rookie?
Yeah, he'll. Well, I mean, he's getting drafted. Of course, he's a rookie.
No, I mean, I thought you just said that there was Rashad Fleming. He was a junior.
Bro, that was 3 picks ago. Breeze.
No. What I'm saying, when I meant rookie, I meant freshman. That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah. Sorber's a freshman.
Y'all fiending to say some funny shit, man. I'm just trying to talk basketball with y'all, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to pick 23. But I think that's a great pick for Sorber and Atlanta, just because he gets to play behind.
Fucking pick. Holy
He
shit!
That's a great pick.
He gets to play behind Onyeka Okongwu for a year.
If what you say happens and you get in fucking Nick Clifford, right, and Thomas Sorber, right, and you're gonna have Jalen Johnson coming back, you got Zachary Richardson taking a
defensively, you should be solid.
Daniel,
if they can bring
Okongwu.
Okay.
Defensively, you should be solid. You got more than enough defense.
Offensively, you're fucking deal to handle
if they
it,
can
nigga.
bring back Karis LeVert and
out.
add a backup point guard, their core would be Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Ricochet, Jalen Johnson, Onyeka. They'd have a backup point guard, maybe like a Tyus or a Trey Jones, maybe a Trey Mann. They'd have Karis LeVert. They would have Nick Clifford, and then they'd have Sorber and whoever else is off the bench. That's a pretty solid rotation for a weak Eastern Conference next year. So I definitely think.
I thought Karis LeVert don't got a player out. I don't know if Karis LeVert is opting in.
I just saw a report today that said Atlanta's top priority is to try and bring back Karis LeVert. So
okay.
So I think there's a world where they do it.
Good for him.
But yeah, all right. So for 23, I have Jace Richardson. The clear and obvious comp is his father. I'm not a loser, so I'm not going to put that. I think CJ McCollum is a perfect comp for him. He's an undersized 2-guard, not necessarily the best playmaker in the world, but
his father was Jason Richardson from the Warriors.
From the Warriors. Yep.
Yes. Yep.
So to me, he's just an exact replica of a CJ McCollum-like player. McCollum is severely undersized for a shooting guard. He's not good enough of a playmaker to be a point guard, but his floor spacing ability is incredibly efficient. He can create his own 3-point shot. He can play the catch and shoot off ball role. He's just a very solid 3-and-D undersized 2-guard. A lot of scouts have mentioned they have him as a projected lottery pick as well, potentially. I just don't see it because of his size. He's only 6'1", 6'2". So I have him falling to 23, and of course, why not have the devil worshippers themselves, the Indiana Pacers, select him at 23. So
I wouldn't call him that, but he'll definitely fit in.
No, I'm joking. I'm saying it as if they're like fucking witches.
They're fucking black magic.
Yeah, they got some shit going on over there.
I don't want to go that far.
They clutch, man. They clutch. 8-1. They clutch game situation.
Just to let y'all know, the Thunder did lose Game 1 against Denver on the same scenario off a buzzer beater. But I mean, we can continue.
All right. So yeah, that's the 23rd pick. If you want to go to 24, I just realized with the Nets' final pick, Leaf's going to shit himself. So at 24,
Danny Wolf going to OKC.
Yep.
Oh my fucking god! Yo, these niggas get
Kyle Anderson.
You guys like the comp?
These motherfuckers just get rich, bro.
Hold on, because I've been hearing a lot of good things about this kid right here.
You like the comp?
You don't think he's going up high?
It's cold, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
Just wait till you see OKC pick with our pick at 26. You'll really hate it.
Hold on, but you don't see Danny Wolf going any higher. I've been hearing some things about Danny Wolf.
I don't see him going higher than Sorber. So to me, I can't have it.
Danny Wolf is an overclassman. So
I could see him going to Indiana. I just couldn't see Jace Richardson falling any further than 23. So I just had Indiana take best player available.
Going to Indiana would be ridiculous.
Danny Wolf go to Indiana, bro. Like they might fuck around and win the East again.
Yeah, I just don't see Jace Richardson falling past 23. So to me, it was like, all right, just have them select the best available, and then OKC gets the guy that they've been wanting for a while anyway. But yeah, this is a perfect pick. Hartenstein's contract ends after next season, so you pretty much just replaced Hartenstein with Hartenstein. He's definitely more light on his feet, better footwork, a better playmaker, but Yeah, like I said, he's a slow 7-foot Kyle Anderson. He's got a little bit of everything. He can space the floor. He can play make well. He's got good technique, good footwork. So at 24, this is a steal for OKC.
How's his defense though?
His defense is all right. He's solid. Not great, but when you're playing next to Chet Holmgren, you're all right.
And that team foul trouble.
Hey, yo, shout out to Lance Stevenson and Beasley, bro. I gotta watch that game. That's 100K on the line of that shit.
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think it is. No. The 8th.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. It's today.
It is tomorrow.
It's on pay-per-view.
Oh, it's on pay-per-view? That's the next chapter. I know what you're talking about. My son was telling me about that. He was like, yo, you going to cover that, Pop? He want me to recap it. I was like, all right, I'll recap it. But yeah, that shit, next chamber day basketball is, I watch that shit, bro. I'll be watching.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta redo the sit down because the nigga Beasley was talking cash, bro.
26, 25.
If you want to scroll to 25.
Oh, yeah. You ready?
Noah Penda.
All right, so yeah, at 25, I have Noah Penda. He's
not the Nicholas Batum comp. Oh shit!
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro.
Batum's a demon. What do you mean? He's an elite
Don't do that,
player.
bro. Don't do that, bro.
Bro, didn't Giannis get the Nicholas Batum comp when he came out?
Did he really?
He definitely did, bro. Go back to the
I'm not gonna lie to you though. If you look at Giannis's first year though, that wasn't too far off. Niggas hitting the
really
three, nigga dribbling, taking it to the right. Yo, come on, son. Yo, all right.
Nigga, Giannis' athletic ability, bro, at 19 cleared anything Nicholas Batum ever did in his life.
I don't even have to explain this pick much. He's known for his defense. He's got some inconsistencies as an offensive player, but there's a lot of untapped potential. And if Miami drafts you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be one of the best role players in the league. So we can move on to 26.
Yeah,
so 26 is OKC thanks to Brooklyn. And yeah, they get another stud of an upperclassman. Ado Thiaro out of Arkansas. I look at him as like a more athletic Dorian Finney-Smith. There are some people who have compared his play style to Men Thompson, so I threw that in there as well. But he's very athletic. A downhill type of guy, a guy that's going to finish at the rim, an incredible floor spacer, an aggressive defender. I mean, if you walk away with Cam Johnson, Ado Thiaro, and Danny Wolf, you're in the midst of creating a dynasty. It's just disgusting. Ado and Danny Wolf are guys who you can immediately implement into your rotation because they're multi-year college guys. And if you're moving off of Isaiah Joe and Kenrich Williams in that trade, plus you're probably declining the team option on Ousmane Dieng, well, those are 3 guys going out, and Cam Johnson, Ado Thiaro, Danny Wolf are 3 guys coming in. So I think that's a perfect replacement, and it's a huge improvement for them.
I don't know too much about Buddy, but I mean, fuck it. I guess,
he's a fucking dog. He averaged like 15, 7 to 8 rebounds. He shot really efficient from the field from 3. He's a demon. Like I said, I kind of. What'd you say?
Why he going this late in the draft?
Upperclassman.
Bro, did we just not go through the draft? Like, did we not just do this?
I know that.
Upperclassmen tend to fall usually. Here's where you're about to crash the fuck out. You ready for this? Scroll to 27.
On to 27.
The Brooklyn Nets.
That wasn't the crash.
Brooklyn Nets, baby.
Ready? The Brooklyn Nets are on the clock, and they're trading the pick to the Dallas Mavericks for a future first-round pick. Yeah, I don't see. I think if
I'm getting the fuck off, bro.
There it is.
Yo, what the fuck? Crazy, my nigga.
Realistically,
what you got going on, Dylan?
Speak.
Oh, he got to explain it.
Realistically,
why is that crazy?
It's not crazy. Realistically, if you take 3 top 15 picks and you still have the 36 overall pick, you're likely not going to use that late first, right? You're probably just going to trade it for a future pick. So this way you had another future piece of draft capital in your collection that you can look to trade next year.
Better evaluate the talent that you got right now from there.
But Dallas and Denver are the 2 teams.
Dylan, you are so fired at GM, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah.
That's
whatever.
Crazy.
You wanted Zach Edey last year. You wouldn't even have been able to get past the first interview process.
You need a new one. You need a new word for how fired your ass is. Zach Edey was in the playoffs, respectfully, but
Zach Edey didn't do anything to get to the
that's
playoffs.
nasty work.
he was
That's
leading the league.
nasty
He was
work.
leading the playoffs in blocks, by the way.
He's 7'4". He should be able to. But
Hey,
what's it called? Dallas and Denver are the two teams rumored to be looking for a late first-round pick, and Dallas is notoriously known for doing this. So I just have Dallas doing it. They also own the Lakers' 2029 first-round pick. I don't know what other picks they own, but let's just say hypothetically they give up the Lakers. It's a lottery-protected pick in 2029, but regardless, it's still a future pick that Brooklyn could look to use to trade for a star down the line, or say that the Lakers are still a playoff contender in 2029. You still have another pick to use that year.
we
So
basically done fucked around and gave Dallas their new starting center, bro, because whatchamacallit is injury.
well, because there's rumors of Gafford and PJ Washington being packaged for Drew Holiday. So yes, in that sense, you would be giving them.
So you're
their
not gonna make
backup.
a move better for yourself because you're giving somebody a good pick?
No, I'm doing it because why are
No,
you
I'm
going
not
to pay
Leaf.
four
I'm not
first round?
Leaf. Not you,
I was
Dylan.
gonna,
I'm not
I was gonna
Leaf.
say because paying 4 first-round picks, if you're getting guys at 8, 10, and 15, that's already about like $28 to $33 million
That's a good
total.
ass fucking draft right there. You're good. You're set, nigga. You don't have to do nothing more after that. At that point,
I was
if
gonna
anything,
say
you could
at
accumulate
36,
draft capital for the next draft. Now,
at 36, I have us taking Bogolujub Markovic, the Serbian 6'11" power forward. I think he's like a Kristaps Porzingis 2.0, but I don't have the second round in here, so don't worry about that. But at 28, the Celtics select Juwan Beringer. I'm not a fan of him whatsoever, but he was rising up boards. He was all the way up to a projected top 18 pick at one point, but he's very limited offensively, kind of similar to Nick Claxton. So I just don't see him going any higher. For Boston, because they're retooling next year, it's a pretty solid pick for them. It's a high upside big and a rim protector, kind of similar to Robert Williams when they got him. So you might as well just develop him this year while you're not contending and hope that he turns into something for when Al Horford likely retires this year. So,
I mean, is he going to even get run over Cater, bro? Because I believe they still got him.
They got who?
Cater, that big black ass fucking center, bro. Like that, they got that African motherfucker that they got.
Oh, the Nemes Cueto or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Cueto.
I think he's a free agent. If not, that he may have like a team option. I don't know, but regardless,
they still got Cornet for sure.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I mean, realistically, if they get Gafford and PJ Washington for Drew Holiday, they're really not going to need to play Beringer as a starter at least. And then that depends on also if they're bringing back Horford or Cornet. So I don't think Porzingis is there. So he's either going to be the backup or he just barely plays and they're just developing him for a year.
Derek Lively going to be sharing minutes with Maxime Renaud.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, next pick.
All right, 29th is Phoenix. And this is where I have them selecting, I believe it's Ben Seraph. Yeah. I'm not even. We're not going to talk about the D'Lo comp again. I look at him more as a TJ McConnell, but I looked up another comp for him because I just wanted to have a second one, and I saw numerous ones that were saying D'Angelo Russell. It's probably because he's 6'5", 6'6", and he's not really a true point guard or a true shooting guard. He's more of that combo guard. So that's kind of where the D'Lo comparisons are coming in there. But again, this is a guy who doesn't really do anything at an elite level outside of playmaking. Everything else is just above average with a little bit of upside.
D'Lo was a good shooter coming out of college, though. He was a really good shooter coming out of college.
Yeah, Seraph can shoot. It's just it's a bit inconsistent at times. His best ability is playmaking for sure.
So his role is probably going to be what, Tyus Jones?
Yeah, pretty much. So pretty much what I'm hearing.
If you compare him to D'Lo, he got to be better than Tyus Jones. He's going to be better.
No, D'Lo's like the ceiling. TJ McConnell's like the floor, and then Tyus Jones is like what he should be.
Like what he should be. Okay,
yeah.
So you basically got three totally different players, bro, doing the fusion technique. Like this shit's wild.
That's how draft comps work.
I guess.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. If you ask some people, TJ McConnell better than the other two players you put on that list. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Definitely,
you're not wrong. All right, and with
let's get to the last one.
Final pick. There's no better way to end off the mock draft without doing a trade. So I have Charlotte moving up to 30. They have picks 33 and 34, so I have them 34 and future second round picks to move up to 30.
So who
I'm
they
not
got
sure.
at 30?
I'm not sure if Breeze is asleep. Breeze may be taking a shit. I'm not sure.
Hey, Breeze. Man. Breeze, wake your
Man,
ass up.
it's his birthday, man. You deserve a birthday.
I've been pointing point for 2.5 hours. Give me a break, man. Go ahead, yeah.
Hugo at 30?
Yeah, so Hugo going 30. I'm not high on him. I personally am not a big fan of him. But people have him comped as like a Bogdanovich type of
Bogey
player.
Bogdanovich.
Yep.
Is that Bogey Bogdanovich the 2 or the one who we got rid of?
The one from the Clippers that used to play for the Hawks.
Oh, okay. Oh, the one that shot. Oh, his shot is broken.
The one that shit the bed in that playoffs. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah. The one
Well,
that his shot
I have
is broken.
Charlotte taking him though because they could use some floor spacing, and realistically, if they walk out of there with VJ Edgecombe and Hugo plus the 33rd pick, which they'll likely take Ryan Kalkbrenner, if I had to take a guess, they'd be having a young core of LaMelo, VJ, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Tajon Saloon. They don't know what they're doing with Mark Williams yet, but we'll just say Mark Williams, and then Hugo and Ryan Kalkbrenner. So
I think they might go do with that Dalton Connect trade anyway, bro. It's just like.
I don't think so. I don't think the Lakers will go back to do it. That's the problem. I think a team like Chicago may look at Mark Williams. There's a world where they look at him, for sure, if they pass on a center at 12.
I mean, they're gonna need a backup anyway because Derek Queen defensively ain't gonna cut it, bro. So you're gonna have to pair him in the front court, bro. With probably an athletic 4.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to clear the paint.
But yeah, this is my mock. I got Drake Powell, Cam Jones, Walter Clayton, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Bogle Ajub. Those are like the main 5 guys that I have falling into the second round. So if Brooklyn could walk away with Drake Powell or Bogo at 36, I think that's a home run of a draft.
Did you send this shit to the 30 teams, bro, or did you send this shit to the Nets front office?
None of the above. If you guys want to get me a contact, I can gladly do so.
At
the bottom, I'll put a little.
You going to the draft, Dylan?
I don't know yet. I'm still 50-50 on it, but we'll see. I'm debating because
I wouldn't show up to the draft with this shit.
I'm trying to wait to see if the UFC tickets drop to $250. If I do that, then I probably won't go to the draft. But if I don't go to the UFC event on Saturday, then I will probably go to the draft. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about the money saved, you know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, even if I do go to the draft, I'm getting the $49 tickets. I'm not fucking. I'm not paying. I'm not paying like.
Me too.
That's
I'm not sure
that. Yo, it would be nice to get one of them press packages.
Yeah. No, I'm driving. I'm driving to Brooklyn.
$50?
I'm driving to Brooklyn with a 6-pack in my car. I'm gonna drink about 5 of them. Drink about 5 of them in the parking lot. Go into the draft. Scream at Sean Marks for picking 3 shit players. And then I'm gonna have a liquid IV and 3 waters. I'm gonna take about 3 pisses, and then I'm gonna be perfectly sober, blowing a .01. So I'll be fine.
That sounds like a plan, bro. I'm gonna get drunk.
Well, I was about to say, you sound like you got that shit mapped out.
Oh yeah, no, we used to have to do that shit when we were going down to the beach in high school, so that's fine.
Nice.
Yeah, now, but for one, I just wanted to say this is
whatever you do, bro. Don't show this draft to none of the 30 fucking teams, bro. They look like
hold on. This is all. I think the mocks is good for shaking up conversation, so I like it. Everybody in the chat, y'all can subscribe to Dylan. He's heavy on IG. He's on X. He's on YouTube. Got a podcast with Gary called BK Nothing But Nets.
Yeah, we're almost up to 21K on Instagram. I think I'm at like 20,750, somewhere in that range. So we're growing over there.
Yeah, I'm out to
shout out to Ice on TikTok too, bro. I gotta get over there. I gotta let the fans know about themselves. Bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hold on. I'm about to close out soon. I'll probably do an early show tomorrow. I don't know. But I wanted to say thank you to Dylan from Nets Press. Thank you to Brooklyn LM. This is JTV Easy as per usual. Eskimo Lee 4788. Y'all can subscribe to him there. And Eskimo, y'all can subscribe to him at the Tip Off Brooklyn Nets podcast. He heavy on Twitter. He heavy on X. He heavy. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can find him there. Follow his content. Follow my content too, man. I hope y'all watching. I hope y'all subscribing to the page, share. Hope you know what I'm saying. This page gets to 1,000 subscribers. We're gonna be, giving y'all content in the off season, and we're gonna follow the finals too. Game 2 is not until Sunday, but I'll be back before Sunday with more content. And you know what I'm saying. If y'all want any content, just let me know in the comments, and then what I mean. I'll see what I can do. Put something
I'm
together.
actually, I'm gonna invite you to some shit tomorrow, bro, before the 7th, because you gonna laugh your ass off. Lance Stevens to the bees. These niggas is wild, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like this shit gonna be comedy. You
No,
gonna
no,
see
no, no. I think I know you're talking about, bro. No, no,
Nah,
no,
nah. It's
no,
just, it's just
no.
to sit down, bro. Hold up, bro.
No, I
Listen,
know.
easy,
Yo, you see how I fucking know? No, nigga, no.
easy. I was gonna invite you to that shit, bro. Like, yo, you gonna wild out. Them niggas is nuts, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, but nah. It's 100,000 up, bro. They trying to make it 2. They were trying to go to 2, but I think it's 100. But yeah, that shit look like you're gonna be lit. Shout out to
100 for
Lance,
what?
bro. For 1v1.
Oh, I thought you was talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah. That shit gonna be fire tomorrow.
It's on
Yeah,
pay
yeah,
per view.
yeah. I
I
think
gotta
it
head
is.
out.
It's on pay per view on Saturday night. Yeah. All right, Dylan. But
yeah,
appreciate it. But
yeah.
yeah,
Later, Dylan.
they gonna put they looking to try to make it to 200, bro. Like them niggas is talking wild shit. The teams that they had, bro, like they've been going at it for like a year as coach versus coach for like their teams and shit. So I've been like low key kind of keeping up on that, man. Shout out to Lance, bro, because his cousin was out over in Coney not too long ago, bro. Like I think like a couple of weeks ago. I was doing some shit over there, bro. Like Lance, I ain't played against Lance in years, bro. Like the last time I like really was even on the same court was Lance, bro. He was like 15. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Lance, when he had that growth spurt, bro, like 6'6", bro, like he turned into a fucking man child. I ain't gonna lie to you,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, shout out to Lance, though.
yeah.
And
We definitely going to
shout out
cover
to
that.
Bees too, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna cover that content. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Nets fans. We the best fans. Shout out to BC, Dwabi 17, everybody that I'm not gonna mention. Wu Pig, Mo Beezy, Orange Spiegel, Jamal, Eric Kwan, everybody that's the King, even you too, King Ribby. You know what I'm saying? Claude Smith, Adar
Even
XL,
you too.
Blackie too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The Knicks fans get, you know what I mean? It's not
I'm
all
not
bad.
shouting out none of them niggas, man.
Hey,
Them niggas tried to hate on me in the other chat, man. Fuck out of here.
A Tracks, D Win, JP, Liberty, Reholla 88, Quest One, of course. Again, man, I appreciate all you guys. I know I'm gonna be back with more content really soon. Shout out to Dannyberry Sports Highlights as well. And y'all the best, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for all the birthday
That
support.
Nets fans is the best fans, and OKC fans is the OK fans.
That was a good ass game, man. And
It
I
was.
hope we put that conversation of small markets not being excited finals to bed. I hope we put that to bed. But we're gonna be back with more content really soon, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Good night, y'all. Peace.
Yeah.